Welcome to Hutton Orbital, home of the Big Aerial, Cubicle 3, and Gusto the Clown.
Did you know that today is Anosmia Awareness Day, Intergalactic Polar Bear Day, Independence Day in the Dominican Republic, and also No Brainer Day? So let's celebrate the last one in the only way we know how.
Our mics are live. Good evening from the bridge of the hot property, Hutton's temporary colonisation home away from home. Hang on, this isn't the bridge. It's definitely not the bridge.
No, it's the bar.
It's the bar. The apology officer's gone missing. Oh dear.
I'm back!
You're back.
She's probably drunk.
Back! I'd wandered off.
Well,
I don't know what the script is.
What did you bring to the party?
Flags.
Yeah.
Did you bring the flags?
Oh my god, this has gone crazy. I'm just getting loops and loops of feedback here. I brought flags. I did bring the flags.
You brought the flags. Okay.
Yeah. I know what I'm doing.
See,
there you are.
Flossy. What
It's
did
all
you bring?
fixed now. I may or may not have brought some flags.
What's that, sorry?
What did you bring to the party, Flossy?
Sorry, I might...
It's in the script.
Yes, you bought. Did you bring any CMM composites, Flossy?
Oh, sorry. The latest new venture from
No, Flossy. Wrong bit.
Oh, no, I'm not that far, mate.
Right.
Sorry.
I brought flags.
Where's the
I
seamless button?
A lot of CMM composites.
Did
Yay!
you? Wow, it's good. We've been looking for those.
Seamless. And I brought cookies.
You brought. Thank
Well,
you
I
for
brought
that.
the house down, and I'll tell you about that later.
Oh no, that's my line. It's just in the wrong colour.
It's in my colour. It's my colour. It's my line. Oh god.
Oh no! Right, as you can tell, we've all gone a bit stir crazy because we're dealing with colonisation, and we decided to do a live stream this evening and promptly broken everybody. As you can tell, this is the bar, and look, there's Litho. Hello, Litho. You've gone all spiky, and there's Flossy. There we go in the bar. Should we head up to the control deck just so that we can? Oh no, we'll go to the. Should we go to the seats at the front? Because Flossy. Oh, you're not in the group, Flossy. We'll have to invite Flossy. Hang on a second.
I'm staying here.
Yeah. Let's invite Flossy. There you go. There's an invitation for Flossy, and then we can head up. Well, let's head upstairs. Do. We're supposed to be upstairs in time for the start of the show. And then we can explain what on earth we're doing this evening. Maybe there are some news headlines, but we'll do them when we feel like them because reasons. Anyway, we're joined in the studio this evening by Flossy. Good evening, Flossy.
Good evening.
Here we go. We're up at the control room now. We are joined by Commander Lithobreaker, who's also in the hot property with me.
Good also evening.
Yeah, we are joined by Volcarius, who is the master in charge of where the blazes do we buy that this evening.
Good evening, Hutton Orbital.
We're joined by Little Grey, who's floating somewhere outside the carrier, maybe, possibly.
I'm floating around in another system, waiting for my ship to drag its heels and turn up.
And just in case we start off the show with any cock-ups... Then we've got an apology officer on standby.
I brought flags.
You brought flags.
I brought cookies.
Yes.
And I brought the house. Oh no, hang on.
No, I did it. I broke the house. I brought
You
it
never
down.
brought the house down. I brought the house down just because you changed the colour.
Right, okay. Well, all the sensible people are sitting in the control room now.
It'll be empty then.
This is a good thing. Flossy managed to get into the control room without actually being in the wing, which is brilliant. I think we've broken the servers again. Right. Well, just in case we break everything, we're going to.
You invited him to Wingham.
No, it says I've got litho breaker and
Invited
grey, and
me
that's
to
it.
wing a couple of minutes ago.
I know, but you broke it. It doesn't say you're in my wing. So
Well,
we
I
may have.
accepted your invite anyway.
I think we broke it again.
Something somewhere is broken.
Right, okay. So the plan this evening is the Colonisation went live. So we might skip ahead to the Was There a Frontier live stream bit in a minute. But we thought we'd have a look at what we've been up to with Colonisation because we're space truckers, and apparently Colonisation involves a lot of space trucking. It is a green room week, which means if anybody wants to come and join us on the hot property or any of the systems, then do ping us a message or pop into the green room in TeamSpeak. We might try and connect up to a chat channel on the Discord as well. But we thought we'd sort of explain... Well, I suppose we ought to start with the question that's normally later than the headlines, or should we do a headline that's related to it first? Actually, should we do the first headline, because that'll explain some of it. Should we do that one?
Probably makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'll tell you what. Let's do the start of the... Here we go. Here we go. We're going to explain everything. I'm going to do the first one. First, this evening, with the Brewer Corporation opening up access to its new colonisation ships, Hutton truckers throughout the bubble have been hard at work sowing navigation beacons like wildflower seeds. As these seeds only cost 25 million credits, or about one suspicious-looking space cucumber, truckers have gone a bit nuts with the application for expansion. As such, Hutton's influence has temporarily expanded quite a lot in all directions through coordinated efforts. And so, dearie me, it's one of those shows, isn't it? Though coordinated efforts are being wrangled by Snuggles McKeague to whip things into line and get the completion of starports started. After all, once you've stuck your flag in things, apology officer, you brought the flags, didn't you?
I brought flags!
Yep, okay. The next stage is a lot of trucking. Flossy, you brought some
cookies.
trucking. Oh, you brought cookies.
And I brought the house down!
Anyway, the part of trucking is quite literally part of our name. Snuggles has started up a special Discord channel in the Hutton Discord to coordinate the efforts. If you have bagged a system on behalf of Hutton, and that involves bagging a system on behalf of Hutton, not on behalf of somebody else accidentally because it looked cool, and of course not being silly and decided you wanted a 4 noob hammer steel reinforced CMM composite filled monster, then it's likely that in only a couple of hours Hutton truckers can have you well on the way to some preparation drapes and pending facilities. Well, I'm going to end that bit there because that's the official news. Hang on. And then we'll go to article number 2 in a bit. I'm just checking. Did somebody manage to get a stunt Atris 5060 in there? Litho?
No, definitely not me.
Definitely not you. Okay, that's fine.
No.
Right.
It wasn't me!
Oh, my life. Okay. So, what we've been doing as a squadron is going to do this new colonisation malarkey. And so, what we've done as Hutton is we've flown to Hutton Systems. And in my case, I flew to Wolf 124, and you look outwards a bit, and then you find some places that don't have people in them, and you go, oh, I'd like that one. And then you realise it's only got a brown dwarf star and nothing else. You say, oh, I don't want that one anymore. And eventually you find one that's got a planet or something like that, and you stick a flag in it. Apology officer, did you bring the flags?
I brought flags!
You brought flags.
And I
Fantastic.
brought the house down.
And I brought the house down!
And in a 15 light year sort of bubble around where you are, you can pick a planet and go, oh, I want that one. And you fly there. And so you claim it first, and then you fly there, and then you launch a special beacon, and then a couple of minutes later, a colonisation ship turns up, and then it tells you, by the way, you're a space trucker, you need to truck titanium and steel and copper and CMM composites. More about that from Flossy in a second. And in order to build the station, and when you finish doing all of that with the help of your trucker friends, it builds you a nice little outpost, unless you are Montgomery Python and decided to build a 4 noob hammer steel reinforced CMM filled Doom Death Star, in which case he's going to need a hand. Anyway,
2 weeks.
Yes, 2 weeks, probably. So we did that. And then last night, with the help of the night shift, we managed to build our first new starport, which we'll have a look at in a bit. But before we do that, there has been a limiting factor on the speed of building these things. and it's not just by picking the really big ones that we've hit a problem. So why don't we ask Commander Flossy for a second? Flossy, what is the biggest limiting factor on what we can do when it comes?
Yeah, obtaining CMM composites.
And Volcarius, just because I'm going to be asking you difficult questions all the way through this, what is a CMM composite? I'll leave you for a second. Anyway, well, while you look it up, I'm going to ask Flossy, what's the problem with CMM composites, Flossy? Why can't we just go buy it like copper? I am interviewing you across the table here.
Right, yes. Well, they only supplied in very small numbers. I can go to a station that said it's had maybe half a dozen or a dozen. I get there and find there's none. Because the way they reported it says people buy them, it reports how many there were when they bought them. So what you need to do is wait until they respawn, which is usually between 10 and 12 minutes. So I actually spent most of today in one station checking every 10 minutes or so to see if there was more. Until eventually I managed to fill up my ship.
No.
I did notice, as I was waiting, the numbers did go up slightly, but then they dropped down to something like 10 again. And then the last lot I got, there was about 190. So.
Right, okay.
But,
so...
It's just...
And if you're building one of the 4 Noobhammer Death Star space stations... How many CMM composites do you need to build one of those?
A lot.
It's about 40,000.
Oh, that is a lot.
Sort of 10 to 20 at a time. Now, the Pilots Federation did notice this, and they did boost the numbers earlier today. They actually put in a special order to all these planetary ports that make them to increase production. So the numbers have been boosted a little bit, but that's the limiting factor.
It did seem to go up a bit.
Yeah, it did go up a little bit. So while we were doing that,
then it was patchy.
Volcarius, did you manage to find out?
100 and other times 10.
Volcarius, did you manage to find out what a CMM composite actually is?
CMM composites are carbon and metals layered to take advantage of the properties for each of the different components. They give you flexible, lightweight, and strong structures. And also they are produced. Yep, and they're produced exclusively by surface ports and settlements in refinery systems.
Right. So, having determined this and determined there was a galactic shortage of them, not least of which because of the CG, which Flossy will talk about later, hopefully, when we get stuck somewhere. CMM composites are in demand not just for the new starports, but for a CG, and there is a big shortage of them. So we came up with a cunning plan. And we grabbed a few commanders to lend us a hand. One of them being a name you may remember from Blast from the Past, a certain Atrus 5060. And I do believe that we've got a news report from Atrus 5060 somewhere ready. Has somebody got him lined up somewhere if I play the opening music again? Right, okay, hang on a second. We've got a special article from Atrus 5060 after... Here we go.
Good evening. This is Atrus 5060 here again, reporting in from the Tashaturb, or is that Tash-Eater sector, GXKA8-1 system, where I'm delighted to report that there's absolutely no Thargoids. Nothing on fire, and I'm happy to say that my new job as head of construction for the system, some people even call me an architect, means that I've managed to get a new starport online. It's a nice little place, an outpost with medium pads and small pads, but none of those large pads. And what's more, I've been able to take a little holiday down on a nearby planet to build our first planet-side refinery colony. It's quite nice down there. You're all welcome to come and visit. I promise there are no Thargoids or things on fire. Just be a little careful, as pirates seem to have invaded the system, and you might want to bring your best Terran 4295 for protection. You can never be too careful. This is Atris 5060 signing off for the week. Now, anyone know where I can get some CMM composites?
Right.
How's your voice, Lethal?
Thank you. Atris 5060
like he's
sounding a
in the
little
station.
under the weather there. So what we had was, I've got the system up on screen here, and was it GXK-A8-1, I think? And
No,
it's on.
GXK A8-1.
Oh, thank you, Atris. Right. And so what Atris did was build Erasthenes Enterprise. Valkarius, what do we know about Eratosthenes? There's one for you. Eratosthenes. Yes.
I know that he either did or was had his name attached to some early work on prime numbers, given that we have a thing called a sieve of Eratosthenes, which is very, very close to trial division for finding them.
So the ever so clever Atris 5060 named the first starport there in that system after Eratosthenes, right? Which is a tiny little outpost. Now there's a good reason for building outposts first, Flossy, isn't there?
Yes, there is. It's one of the smallest things to build and gives you a base to start with.
Yeah, because you've got once you've claimed a system, you've got a 4-week limit on building your first thing before your claim expires. So if you can get in there, and if you're a bunch of Hutton truckers, get something up and running, you can then build extra stuff, which is what Atris 5060 then did. So Atris 5060 then went down to this planet here, which is Planet 1, and on Planet 1, put down a little marker for a new refinery surface settlement. Well, we say settlement, a refinery surface facility called Hubbard's Progress, which then took its own deliveries. And it became online. It does say in there you can dock, and it's got contacts and commodities and all these kind of things. We'll come back to that bit later. Anyway, having done that, you can then place more on a planet, and it actually shows you that you can place, in this case, 2 on this planet and 2 on that planet, 2 on that planet. You get the idea. And you can fill up the system. And in fact, if you do 10 within a system, you get discounts. Woohoo! If you're a Hutton trucker and it's a Hutton trucker system, you're likely to get discounts on purchase prices of things. Anyway, so that was what Atris 5060 did. And the idea was that we would build one of these refineries for a good reason. Because if we build a refinery, as we were just told, a surface refinery facility of some sort generates CMM composites. So we've got news article number 3. Flossy, are you ready for news article number 3?
I am, yes.
Right, okay. This will explain what's going on before we go and have a look at these places. So hang on a second.
Talking of CMM composites, Lil Wolf, former progenitor turned architect, has diverted all Hutton resources into tackling one of the galaxy's worst droughts. No, not water. CMM composites, demanded by community goals and a key ingredient in the creation of new starports. It's only available planet-side in refinery systems, and what stock there is happens to be rapidly dwindling as tens of thousands of commanders stake their claim. Our solution: build as many CMM composite factories in planet-side refineries as we can, which is what Vantion, Atris 5060 and the Hutton truckers have been doing recently, ready to load up waiting fleet carriers with enough materials to help Montague Python Esquire build his next project, and yes, bit of more than people can chew, as it's a big space station. Any truckers available, please report to the Tashita sector to assist the creation of a whole conurbation of CMM composite creation facilities as soon as possible.
Thank you, Commander Flossy. Right, well, in which case, we have taken our carrier, specially, over to one of the Tashita systems that we own, which is Tashita Sector HSK 880. And as luck would have it, we've already completed our starport, which we're going to go and have a look at. And we've started building one of these planetary bases, which needs finishing during the show. So we're going to be doing some live Hutton trucking and probably die in the process, at which point we'll need the apology officer to cover for us.
That's okay, because I've just arrived on the flight deck.
You've arrived on the flight deck? Fantastic. Hang on a second.
It's me going... I'm in the Python going down into the...
Right, so let's head out. Let's head out to go and meet the apology officer. Litho and Flossy and Gray, if you're there.
It's gone a bit weird.
Now we've got to work out who we all going to fly our own ships over to the new spaceport, are we?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, there may be enough docking slots. We shall see. So, but what we want to do...
We don't need to necessarily dock at it.
Well, we want to get off on foot and have a look. Well, I'm going to get off and have a look on foot. So, yeah, Litho's got in the lift.
Right, well, I'll meet you guys in the bar.
Yeah, we'll see you in the bar on the way out. Hang on a second. Oh, no, Flossy's nicked the lift. Okay, talk amongst yourselves. Look, there's my seat. It's
Oh,
a nice
sorry,
seat.
I didn't
There we go.
realise.
There's a computer. There are many computers, but that one's mine. And there's some people. I don't know their names. HR are probably going to get upset with me. Here we go. Oh, the lift's free now. Let's go and see if the apology officer's
I've
in the
just
bar.
headed to the bar and I met Little Grey on the way, but Little Grey seems to have got lost and gone somewhere else.
Might be in the
Where am
shop
I
looking
meant to
for
be going?
bargains.
Hang on. Well, there's some staff chatting on the concourse here. There we go. Let's head for the bar. There's Litho. And...
Oh, I can see you. You're just in front of me.
Yep, there
Oh,
you
there's
are.
the apology officer. And Gray. There we go. We're all heading to the bar. And here is our very good friend, Wilford. Hello. Good evening, Wilford. No, I know you can't serve us any drinks. He looks miserable. Yeah, thanks, Wilford.
He is miserable.
Yeah,
Can
okay.
I get you something, Commander? No, you clearly can't.
It's just not unless you're buying or dropping off some tritium. Right. So what we're going to do is hop down to the ships, and then we're going to fly over to our new spaceport in this system.
Okay.
So I don't know whether... I don't think my ship has... Does Type 8 have spare seats in it or not?
Ooh.
Has it got one of those glass tops and somebody sits below me or not? Let's just go have a look, shall we?
So
Can anybody
I
else
go
get
to
down the
hangar
lift?
if I wanted to.
I think it's got a seat or two behind you, maybe.
Let's have a look. Can anybody come down? Anybody who wants a lift instead of bringing their own?
I've just got here, so I'm going to hang out in the bar for a wee while.
Oh, that's fine.
Thanks, Mike. I think it might be time for me to do the BGS.
Yeah, you have a word with Wilford. Can anybody get down the lift towards my ship, or
Yep.
is it not? Yeah.
Yep, on the way.
Okay.
You happy for
So
me
Flossy-
to do BGS?
When we're flying, I think might be worth when we're flying. So
All right then.
if we hop on board, obviously it's the first time I've flown a Type 8, a Lakon Type 8. I've added some bobbleheads, especially. And here we go, and some views of the ship. There we go. Isn't it pretty? No, it's not, but it's very utilitarian. And on the front
How
of it,
dare you?
on the
See if you
very
can
on the
get a
very
shot,
front. Here we go.
when you lift off, see if you can get an exterior shot while you retract your landing gear.
I'm going to see if I can do that. But you see, it's got a Hutton special space just for Hutton decals. Can you see that? Perfectly designed for Hutton decals on the top of the Lakon. There we go. And you might ask, how do we do one of those? Well, what we're going to be doing is, obviously, if anybody hasn't got one and you're in the Hutton Squadron and you manage to not only bag a system but get something built in it, then we'll hand out a few of these as well. So if you've ever wondered, how can I help Hutton? Well, if you can build a new Hutton system and get a starport in it, we might hand out some of these. And we'll look at the Discord channel in the Hutton Discord. Oh, Litho. Oh, dear, there's a very small Litho down there. Hello, Litho. I'm in a drone above your head. Here we go.
With
Oh,
the
Lemmy's
landing
there!
gear
Door's
question,
locked.
Oh, he's
The
so
door's
tiny.
The doors are locked.
Yeah, can't get in.
What?
Oh, man.
I think because there aren't any spare seats in here. I'm just having a look through the cockpit. There don't look like there are any spare seats in here, so you might have to head back upstairs again to your own ship. No.
Should have brought Type 9.
Bye, Litho. Here we go. Let's follow. He's right. Oh, crikey. That's far too energetic, you know. Here we go. Oh, he's stopped.
Is that better?
I'm chasing you with the drone.
The Type 8 has exactly one pilot seat. Just
There we go.
Oh,
Well, you want one pilot.
There we go. Litho. He's getting in the lift.
he's
Right.
followed you into the lift.
Right, let's take the
That's
drone
very
back
soon,
out,
make
shall
my
we?
bum look big.
Look, you see there's Hutton decals on the side of the Type 8 and Hot 021, which happens to be my designation in Hutton. Right, let's exit the camera, in which case we're going to go to the map here and have a look at the Tashita system here. And in the Tashita system, you can see we've got Ireton Settlement, which is where we're going to be heading. If it's okay with everybody else, I'm going to launch and get into
I am
Super
already
Cruise.
on the deck.
Oh, actually, should I put a Super Cruise Overdrive drive on here?
It comes with one.
Does it not already have one?
No, I may have messed that up because it doesn't.
Super Cruise Overdrive Drive.
A Super Cruise Overdrive
if-
drive.
Depending on how you want to do the green room, there is a Jackman present right now.
Well, we'll grab Jackman in a minute. Let's get en route to our station, and then we can grab Green Room in a second. I'm just going to see if I've I've got an SCO drive. Here we go. A pre-engineered SCO drive. Let's slap that one on, shall we? There we go. That'll make it a bit faster. So what we're going to do is I'm going to lift off. I'll get into Super Cruise to head towards the station. You can do the BGS bit, and by the time you've done it, we should be there or nearabouts.
Yep, that sounds like a plan.
That sounds like a plan.
Me know,
So-
let me know when you've taken off, and I shall do my thing.
There we go. Specially for Valkyrius.
Have you gone yet?
There we go. Footage.
I mean, it's for the viewers. It's not for me.
What are you
Oh,
thinking?
look
What
round-
are you thinking of your Type
but
8?
Hang on. Don't look at the landing gear itself. Look around the back.
I was
I
going to
think I may
say, do
need
you
to
want
exit.
to... I can fly by, and you can watch... Oh, I'm right behind you. Huh.
You're right behind me. He's behind me. No, he's not. Okay, I can't quite see the landing gear from here, but
No, it's not the landing gear. Look around the back of the ship.
I imagine you're talking about the engines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. Okay. So if I swing around the back here, I've got a ship kit on here. Oh, we got 2 Type 8s. Here we go. Yeah, I can't see
Is that
now.
where Type 4s come from?
It's just right. Who did that? Let's.
What do you think?
Swing around the back here. Here we go. And
Man, I miss my hotel.
Then go back to ship controls and retract the gear.
I have to go back to ship controls and do. Oops, hang on. This is going. You seem to be under the impression that I can remember what. There it is. Okay, I retracted it, and da-da-da-da-da, there we go.
Do it again.
Okay, let's put it back out again. There we go. Put it back in again. Dun, 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 dun. And there come the feet. There we go. And do it again. Dun, 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 dun. And
You still...
there we go.
Right.
Okay.
How satisfying.
Right.
Very satisfying.
I shall then make a start on the BGS.
Well, I'll do
bit.
the music for you. Hang on a second.
Oh, yes. Welcome to the Hutton BGS bit, where we gather all the secrets of the BGS and then blurt them out in front of everyone. We did expand as predicted and now have a presence in Guy. It's a CIA system, so that's Confederation of Independent somethings. System, so we can't really pursue it. Normally at this point I'd say it was a dump anyway and we don't want it, but it's actually quite nice. Even has an Earth-like world, although it's 2 atmospheres pressure, and a water world. So yeah, we kind of just have to leave that one be, which is not very good. Our other recent expansion system is LHS 332, and that's doing really well. Hutton is up to 26% influence there, so thanks to the hardy bunch of truckers who have claimed it as their pet project. 5 of our systems are showing us having 100% influence. Now that may or may not be a system error, as I don't think we're allowed to have that much, and it might be best to just kind of let things settle down a bit. I think those are the ones that we just recently expanded into. Investment continues in Barnard Star and Wolf 359, which also has a bit of a drought going on, and they want water, not CMM composites. Your booms are in Alpha Centauri, Kokari, and 36 Ophiuchi. Hutton's happiest system this week is Jastreb Sector HH-M A7-4. Has a population of 0 and a big Brewer colonisation ship. What else do you need? Everywhere else is pretty quiet apart from all the systems we're taking over, it turns out. But you're probably wondering what it all means. Well, if you want to truck it a mission run and pop over to LHS 332 and help the truckers to build the system up, or get involved in bringing materials into one of these newly expanded systems. If you want to shoot it, well, you're out of luck. Peace is broken out in Hutton space. And that's it for this week's Hutton BGS bit.
Oh,
I wrote
have I
that
just
before
stolen the only docking pad?
You have stolen the only docking pad, so we can't get out and have a look. But
I will get out. I will leave.
I wrote that before I realised that we had the expansion and colonisation was a thing, and I was like, oh, that'll explain a lot of the things.
It's I tell you what, the approach to that
Braden
pad
Bobblehead's nodding. He agrees with
is
you.
awful.
Yes.
Because there's a great big pylon or whatever they're making behind, and it's right in the way.
Right. Well, let's. What we'll do is we're going to request docking here as soon as Gray is clear of the pad, and we're going to have a quick look at the interior of a recently created industrial outpost. Denied. Yay, granted. There we go.
I'm going to go bump into Litho.
Yeah, I put the auto dock on because it means I can talk. And the Braben Bobblehead, I swear he's going to need a chiropractor after that. Right, so this is, as you can see from the outside of it, it's got scaffolding and sheets and all sorts of shenanigans over it. And it does say it's in deployment at the moment, so it's not yet completed. Yeah, but what it does let me do is when I go into here...
Is that purple docket? Is
yeah,
that
missed.
I didn't.
We can go to the Starport services while we're going down to the hangar, and I can just show those who've not seen it yet the contact. So over here we've got a new person called we've got Mr. Kirk Sellers Meadows, and if you speak to him, he lets you actually begin a new claim. Now we're not going to do this because we're doing other things at the moment, but if you were to begin a new claim, it pops open a little bubble like this, and it shows you around where you are in a 15 light year circle.
So it does.
The available systems, and you can see
flags.
where we are. We're right in the heart of the bubble, and the edge of the
Because I brought
bubble
flags.
is
I've
out
brought
that way.
cookies.
So what
And I brought the house down.
what you got the flags? What we did was expand it from Wolf 124 to
Yes.
here, and from here to one of the other systems out there as well, which we can look at maybe later. And then we're going to go out further here and keep going further until we hit the edge, which is sort of over here somewhere in the direction of whatever nebula this is, so that we can find some clear space where we're not going to get involved with anybody else, because Hutton, as you know, is right at the heart of populated space, and as a result there isn't much room. So part of one of the things we're going to be doing is trying to go further out. But when you go to a system, let's say it's a very boring one, LFT 160, it doesn't have anything, and you can configure the primary port, and you pick your kind of starport that you want. So you can either have a giant thing that takes millions of CMM composites, which Flossy scowls at, don't you, Flossy?
Yeah.
Because they're supposed to be used for the CG. Now, it does say in here, asteroid base. Now, you can only create asteroid bases around ringed planets. if they exist, or in asteroid spaces. So it's very rare you'll be able to do one of those for the first one, unless the primary planet is actually a ringed, rocky, or icy planet. But what we choose is outpost, and you can choose for tier 1 in here, your commercial, criminal, scientific, industrial, civilian, or military. So we chose industrial because it felt a bit Hutton-ish. We didn't want to pick a criminal one. We're not canon, so we couldn't have a scientific one. We're not shooty, so we couldn't have a military one. So we could have had commercial or industrial, but we picked industrial in this case. You see, you can pick them in here, and let's have a look at the industrial one. And it tells you here, what kind of pant sizes it has, tech level change for the system, development level change for the system, and all the materials that you need. And you can see in here that one of these needs... it did say CMM composites somewhere. I'm sure it did. Have they removed that, Flossy?
They're not needed for the ground base.
No, this is the space base.
Oh, space.
CMM composites, here we go,
No.
3,912. Right.
Yeah, okay.
We're not going to build one of those because we went on to do something else. But what we're going to do is I'm going to pop out and just have a look at the interior of a station that was finished last night. You can see there's lots of welding going on the inside.
If you want an interesting statistic related to those new asteroid bases and having rings, for the existing populated systems across all of them, including Colonia, almost exactly half have rings somewhere in the system.
There we go. So yes, if only we could put more asteroid bases in those. Right. Well, there's the ship.
People like them.
You can see the hangar here is currently under deployment, limited services online. We don't know how long that's going to take to bring the rest of it online, but it's nice to see their priorities are straight. They've got the adverts up already for the Lakon Type 8. And being an industrial one, it's got this colour scheme. Days since last accident, it doesn't say yet.
It's only been built for a day, so it's a pretty low number at the moment.
Yeah.
We'll fix that, don't worry.
See, there's presumably not yet time for the graffiti to appear that says "Out with Archer" and such.
Well, hopefully not. But
it's the ads for Salvation Olives.
Yeah, but you can see... Well, no, they have got Karsuki Locust's Yum and Yuni, whatever they are, adverts in there. So they have built the concourse, and in fact, the only member of staff in the entire station is Annette here. She doesn't look very happy because... she's got nothing to do. So the Apex taxis...
Nobody's paid the power bill and she stood in the dark.
Yeah, but if you want to have a look, all the shops are offline, and they have built... I don't know, it was a gun shop here, but they haven't stocked it yet. The adverts are running. And if we head downstairs, you can see that they've got the bar. It has been built, but as with Wilford's effort on my carrier, nothing is for sale at the bar. And they've got the random ring of whatever the ring is here. They do have mission boards, but as of yet, if you look at the mission board, there are no missions. There are some other factions that have turned up in system. So we've got the Green Party of Wolf 124, the Workers of Gooey Mar Alliance, and the Wolf 124 Drug... Oh, dear, they've already moved in. Look at that. But the one we care about is the Hutton Orbital Truckers, but no missions for anybody at the moment. We do... Go on then.
After In a Bushman, with even in the 34th century, everything runs on ads. Noddy Spice, have you read the station news?
We have, but we haven't read them out loud.
I presume that was referring to the port you're at. The
yes.
news at the port.
So if you look in here, it tells you all these people have just turned up on the 27th, but it says we're happy here. But you can actually see the contributors who helped build it. So there's somebody called Banter and Steve the Red and Artificial, Taran 4295, Nicey, GY, Flossy, Jackman, Afrothos, and Core Badger all dropping things off. And there were only 8 different ships went through. This top list has confused some people. These are the people who dropped it off after midnight, I believe. So since the last tick, or whatever it was. So Socks and Artificial, Steve the Red, and I did a few more units. But that's the most recent deliveries. But yeah, so you can see what's happened in system. We do have an interstellar factor because the system has low security and is an anarchy. Now, Little Grey, what happens in anarchy systems if you're hauling cargo?
You get shot at lots.
Yes.
Because people want it. And no one's coming to help you.
Flossy's
What
looking
happens
very
in anarchy
seriously.
systems stays in anarchy systems,
Yes.
slowly floating
So
away amidst the wreckage.
one of the jobs we might do is try and improve the security by building a few more things. I'm going to head back to my ship now, because that's everything I can tell you about Ireton settlement at the moment. But if I head down to the ship, we can have a look at the base that's under construction at the moment, which has a requirement.
That'd
Now,
be good to see.
yeah,
So
we
was Ireton Settlement the automatic name?
it is the automatic name. We haven't paid our oxes to rename it yet. Hutton 2, you know.
Yes, that's five. Yeah, so it's 5,000 arcs, similar to a typical cosmetic item for your ship. We'll let you choose the name of a starport. You can then change it as much as you want.
Yeah,
after
you
you've
can't
selected
call
it.
it Willy Waver 1, though.
What does that work out at in Earth type UK money? Is that about £3?
You'll find out in a moment.
Well,
Yeah.
there we go. Another task for Valkyrius.
I
Now-
seem to think it was remarkably cheap anyway.
Yeah, it is, particularly as it's your sort of permanent mark on the galaxy, your own skid mark on the galaxy. Now, what you're not
Yes.
going to be able to do, as I said, is call it Willy Waver 1. I think, as I understand it, it does let you choose from their sort of predetermined list of available names.
So 5,000 arcs is indeed £3. That's correct.
So for the sum of £3, we can rename this Hutton 2 or Hutton Dock or
Although,
something
no-
else.
Notably, if you fork over a little more, you can get a slightly better ratio on your cash for arcs. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the plan is, Flossy and Litho, we need to finish off the deliveries to here. So I'm going to fly down there and hop out so we can walk around the one that's under construction. And if you two wouldn't mind sort of doing the last few little bits of trucking for that system.
I can make a start on that.
If you want to get started on that. Do you need to know what we're going to be trucking, or have you got your lists handy?
I definitely need to know, please.
Right, so over in the Hutton Discord channel, there is a special colonisation section, and there is one that's been fired up by Snuggles McKeague, which contains a spreadsheet, and there's a Kian Prospect one, which I think I sent to Valkyrius, and it says we need 279 ceramic composites.
Right.
What have you got? Have you got space for some of that, Flossie?
I'll have to get a bigger ship.
Well, it's okay because we've got smaller ones. We need 48 power cells. Could you sort out the power cells for us?
Power cells, yeah.
Yeah. And Litho, have you got cargo space?
80 odd.
Okay, could you go and get 53 evacuation shelters for me?
53 evacuation shelters.
And Little Grey,
I have.
you're a fan of bananas.
404 capacity.
Okay, could you go and get us some bananas, please, for scale?
Oh, okay.
We need 40 bananas.
43 bananas and a packet of Monster Munch.
Yeah, 43 bananas. So if you can go and get 40 bananas, also known as fruit and
I will
vegetables.
go find us some fruit. You
Yeah, and what I'll do is
sure
I'm
thing.
going to go visit the system first, and then I'm going to go and get the ceramic composites. Valkyrius, just as a hint for them, do you have some locations for these for the team?
I can look up one at a time.
Oh, so is everybody self-sufficient, or do you want Valkyrius to give you pointers on where to go buy?
Start with the others. I'll see what I can
I can
find.
find them.
I looked up ceramic composites first. If you wanted yours.
Well, I'm going to fly to the system and have a look around on foot first, if while they're doing that. So I'm going to do that one last.
Right. So if Little Grey's okay with getting the fruit and vegetables.
Yes, please.
Is this
you-
emergency power cells? Because I can only see emergency ones.
Emergency power cells, yes, please, Flossie. 48 of them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so could we find out where the fruit and veggies, the bananas for Little Grey?
Yeah, just a moment.
While you're doing that, I am going to
Little
off.
Grey, you want 19 Phi-2 SETI, Garriott Hub.
19 Phi.
PHI. Yep. It might be worth
someone-
Valkyrius pinging that into the chat.
Something did go a ping. I saw a third ping.
Yep.
I'll go find the ping.
And while he's doing that one, and then Litho needs to be getting the evacuation shelters.
Why do we need those?
Well, it's a planetary
evacuate.
port. Yes, to evacuate, of course.
Okay, evacuation shelters. Decent supply. You want LHS 1240.
LHS 1240. Thank you very much.
Yes, you want Shillard's.
Oh, we've had an
Shillard
offer
Gateway.
from Ghost Blackheart. I can get something if needed. Ghost Blackheart, if you're listening, and you need to confirm this if you can, could you go and get us 27 power generators, please, as well? There we go. And what we'll do is I'll go and have a look at it, and then I will take down the last units, which are the ceramic composites, once we've had a look around. So we're going to watch these guys drop them off.
Ironically, Irritan Settlement itself, your own port, lists as having 36 power generators.
But no market. Or it might have a market.
Except for Irritan Settlement itself, if you want power generators, there is a whopping supply in the system Guheimar, which I'll put in Twitch chat for you, Ghost Blackheart.
Right.
LHS 1240 is some distance away.
There we go. I've fired up the super drive.
Not. What the hell?
So I think Ghost Blackheart can go and get those. Here we go. And Valkyrius has put that into chat. Apology, officer. Are you still in the bar?
I am still in the bar, but I can go and fetch something if you want.
Well, I think. Are you in anything sort of that's got hauling capacity, just in case?
I'm in a Python, but I'm not sure how it's set up. Let me have a look. But yeah, probably can.
We need the last thing we need is 279 of something. If you've got space for that.
279.
Or you want to get 279 ceramic composites. Or if you've got a portion of that, you can always go and get some of it, and I'll polish off the rest.
Yeah.
Or I have lots of space. If you have small space, you could go. It wasn't very many fruits and vegetables.
No,
and bananas,
you have
was
the
it?
important banana job. Yeah, you're
okay.
You're on bananas for scale because we can't measure anything without bananas.
Fine, I'll get the healthy stuff.
Yeah. So I'm going to go down there, and we should be able to. I'm going to get on foot and see the others actually dropping off because I don't know whether we're going to be day side or night side now. Because when I dropped the marker down, it was just sunset. So I don't know what the orbital period of this planet is, but it looks like it's still dark. But it is in a beautiful looking crater. Planet side, because you can actually place them down. Now the idea is if we finish this one, what we're going to do is actually start building another new one on this planet for reasons.
Fish 2193, I can start filling up my fleet carrier if we need bulk.
Yeah, I have 160 capacity. Where do you want me to go?
Fish 2193. Well, we're going to be firing up something else. There's a lot of people are needing steel. And titanium, I think, are the two. Flossy, back me up on this one. I think it's steel and titanium are two of the big numbers. So if you've got a carrier, all building by all Hutton truckers needs steel and titanium. So I
think this one presumably for the show has been left with just a few things to get.
I may or may not have done that deliberately.
Right, what do you want me to pick up?
Can you pick up some ceramic composites for me, please?
Ceramic composites, right.
So, apology, officer, for ceramic composites. You also want to go to LHS 1240.
Nice.
You want a surface port glide down at Hewish Installation.
Hewish
Installation at LHS 1240 for ceramic composites.
And do you know what your cargo space is?
Me, 160.
Right, so if you get 160, so that will leave me 119 to get. Right, so I've put the night vision on here, but we're actually...
I could do 2 runs. It's not going to take that long.
This is actually inside, because it's dark on the horizon, you can't really see it, but we're actually inside a crater here with a wall all the way around. So we've got a nice big safe wall all the way around, and we have our planetary construction site down here. So we're going to fly down, have a look at what these things look like without getting fined and blown up. We may have some news about that from Mike Rochburns in a second, because we may have made a tactical error, but we're going to find out about that in a minute. So this is a planetary construction site for what we believed when we built it, and we still believe at the moment, is an industrial facility with some pads, so a refinery facility with some pads and things. Night vision's lighting up there, but if I just request docking, what we'll do is get out on foot and go and have a look around. Here it is. Right, we'll get the auto dock going, and we'll just get the external camera up here. Now, we did originally intend that this turn into a nice refinery, which we could use to build CMM composites, but we do have some breaking news. Mr. Rochburns.
Yes.
Do you have your script handy?
I do.
If I play you a news tune, can you read your bit?
I'm ready and willing, sir. Let's go. This is a general all pilots alert. We appear to have made a bit of a construction boo-boo. Cock up, mess up, woman up, whatever you wish to call it. Our new refineries do not have any docking pads and are issuing bounties. Atris 5060 is now a wanted criminal and being hunted by George's Pants Crimson State.
Right. So
Whoops.
yeah, we put this thing down, and we've been delivering things to it in the absolute understanding that a tier 3, which is a top tier refinery thing that we built, was going to be built here. So look, there's cranes, and it's it's doing the thing. But we intended that this be a facility to build Flossy some more CMM composites for her fleet carrier. The problem is, Atris 5060 has finished his, and it turns out that even though when you're building it, there are landing pads, when it's finished, they take them away again, and they hand the settlement to one of the other factions in the system who hate you, and even though you're the architect of the system, they then shoot at you, and then render you wanted in your own system. So, yeah, whoops, oh my goodness, it's got topography and tyre tracks and things. I nearly fell in that hole. So, yes, we may have made a tactical error, and we are currently consulting with Snuggles McKeague about what we should have built. So, the plan is we're going to finish this one, then we're going to look through the menus about what we can build and see if we can build the right kind next time. I thought I'd just give you an on-foot tour of, here you go, look, Vega Line have dropped off some bits and bobs. Somebody's really bad at stacking cylinders. It is contents.
So this is a walking tour of Alec Turner's latest SRV racetrack, yeah?
Well, you see, these look like great for jumping over, but yes, these look like excellent race tracks for buckyballs. There we go, and is there a building? Can we go in a building? Oh, I've not tried this one yet, so whoops, I'm steaming up a little bit here. Oh no, it's just a gate. So no buildings we can go in. No terminals to interact with.
See, now I'm imagining actually building a racetrack and giving Frontier, like, integrating that with F1 Manager.
Well, here's the thing. When you place these places, you can place the next one down with at 100 kilometers from this one. So if you were to build a kind of starport that has pads and SRV bays, and then 100 kilometers away build another one, you've built yourself a 100-kilometer racetrack. And if you happen to find a planet with canyons 100 kilometers long, you could, in theory, build one inside the start of a canyon, and then further down the canyon build another one, and create yourself a canyon racetrack with SRV garages and docking pads.
Haven't we been talking about doing like a triathlon type thing with something like this for a while? We need to have the Hutton triathlon base.
So yeah, one of the things we're looking at is
flying, driving, and running.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, the Hutton Triathlon is beer, whiskey, and wine.
Oh,
brave. I know which one I'd rather do.
Right. Well, I'm down on the planet's surface. How are you doing at picking up your stocks here? Because it's a bit cold down here. Now, the other thing we've discovered, that this appears to have had a sign marked on it saying Drake Duran was here. I'm a little concerned about feral penguins, and I'm on my own down here, guys. It is a nice world.
Is it cold? It is cold, yes.
Have you got
It's
your penguin
very,
suit?
very cold, and I found a sign.
Do penguins like bananas?
Well, feral penguins probably do. Oh, look,
They
somebody's
don't
docking.
know. They don't
Should we go?
even know.
There is an asp docking. Is that one of us, or is that an NPC?
I've been in
Not-
Is he one of
Not
us,
I.
or is he one of them?
It's
Is
one of them.
anyone still flying an asp? Now that you've got the Mandalay just now.
Yes.
Golly, I've kept my asps.
Well, I'm in a crate at the moment, so.
I did have the Christmas out at Christmas.
Right. So, is anybody inbound with our materials? Because I'm just trying to see. I can't
Yep.
see any ships.
On my way.
I'm just going to buy
just entered the
materials still.
Just
I'm
entered the
still bound to
system.
Zillard Gateway because apparently there's a lot of thousands of light seconds between the entry point and the system.
I
Feels
am
like
going
home.
to the Hewish installation.
Whilst you told me that the system, I didn't know what station to go to, so I had to go look it up anyway.
Right. Well, the other thing is there's things like artificial structures on this surface. So here we go. Here is, we could do 4 concurrent constructions on this planet here, and we've got this one here on Tashta Planet 5, which is where we are at the moment. But we can, within 100 kilometers, build another one of these facilities. So if I go to the planet here and have a look, we are round on this crater here, but there's another crater. Which is on the day side down here. So while you're doing that, guys, I'm going to see if I can fly over to the number 2 crater and see if we can't put down another base of a different kind that may make Snuggles McKeek happy. Is that all right with you guys?
Mm-hmm.
And then leave you to polish off the last of... because that'll leave us... What did we say on the ceramic composites? 119, and then we're done on this one.
I'll do a second run.
Yeah. So while you're doing that and polishing this one off, and we'll come back to it when you finish to see what it looks like, we are going to go and have a look at what it takes to put a new one of these down. So, we need to find where we are on the planet. And...
In a Bushman, I had a Minecraft month this time around, but seeing all this happening, I'm updating my game right now.
Good
So,
choice.
Looks like with colonisation, Frontier is now eating Mojang's lunch. So.
Yeah, I have to say, I know the servers had a meltdown earlier in the day, but this has been really quite spectacular. You know what I mean? They haven't gone to the little beta tests or whatever. They've gone straight to the live servers with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's break it with style.
Yeah, and yeah, we have broken it, but fundamentally, we've colonized a system, we built a starport, we built a planetary base, and the other thing is they've not told us how it all works. There's a little bit of instruction in game here. So we've made the error, we've built the wrong kind of starport. We have to learn as we go, which means there's knowledge we're accumulating, we're getting together and working it out, and the chat, there's a huge Discord channel going. And I was just going to go and glance at that while we're trying to get to orbit to see whether Snuggles McKeek...
I haven't checked, but my guess would be someone such as the esteemed Ian Doncaster has probably made a mega thread on the...
Okay, so to get CMM, you need a planetary port. To build that, you need a lot more support infrastructure. A big city port is a tier 3, and it needs 6 tier 3 points. To get tier 3, you build tier 2 stuff. To get tier 2, you need tier 2 points. To get tier 2 points, you build tier 1 stuff, satellites, installations, etc. Right, so well, we're gonna go and see if we can build another... This was a tier 3 thing, though, so let's just Supercruise Overdrive away from the planet a little bit.
Yeah, Valiant Steel says one of the best, most smoothest content releases ever. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I
I
mean,
was
apart from
thinking
the server melt, but yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just any patch. But I was thinking, so despite them, I know Arthur and Zach call it a beta or a beta. They actually said both in the same sentence. I think that's literally just referring to the leash there is on the range. They just want to keep it down while they're...
Well, it's because they're editing.
Ensuring that commanders aren't going to break the whole galaxy immediately with this system. So that's the only context in which it isn't the full feature. Apart from that, it does appear to be completely polished. Yeah.
Yeah, I
To
mean,
be clear, these
I
goods.
suspect they may be twiddling some dials and levers as they find things like CMM composites running out and such like.
oh yeah, and obviously if
in-
we're going too fast, they might slow us all down.
So Inner Bushman says, so where do I go and what should I bring with?
Well, I mean, we've got a lot of... I mean, if you've got a burning desire to get your own, you can get your own little outpost in a system. What you must do, though, is you've got to expand from a Hutton system. So when you claim it from the new station menu, you want to be in a Hutton port, like Wolf 124 or, one of the ones we own. If you desperately want your own.
One, I don't think that's what it seems. That wasn't quite the question. Which
Oh,
I
no,
imagine
go
will
on
be
then.
Clarified in a moment. And two, you have to be careful that that's a port owned by Hutton, I presume.
Yes.
Not just in a Hutton system that the other faction owns.
Yeah, so you want to be a port owned by Hutton, and you can claim it, and then you can put down, a bit like I did with the one we just visited, a little outpost, and then it needs something like 19,000 tons of it hauling to it, and you've got 4 weeks to do that. So if you've got a burning desire to get your name on your own one, then...
The question was what to bring for the ones we're already building.
Right, okay.
I think this one's covered, though.
This one is covered, but so they need a lot of steel, they need a lot of titanium. If you go to the galaxy map, in fact, I'll tell you what, I'll do this on screen for one of the other systems that we've... Have we got a name of another system that we are building at the moment?
That's the short answer is stock up on steel and was it steel and titanium? You said
Absolutely, but you can see it in the system maps if you go to one of them. So if you go to a system that's being built, I'm just going to pick this Jazz Treb system here. Oh, I haven't got a map for it. Let's just pick one that's got a map. I do have a map for. Probably don't have a map for any of them. But when you go to the system, let's go to my own system here, and you look at the map. When you see here, instead of an actual port, you'll see the colonisation ship in here. And when you click on that, there is information up here on the right-hand side where you click on it, and it'll tell you what the current requirements are, and that's up to the second. So if you're trucking somewhere, then you can have a look at what's still required for it for the space settlements. I don't think you can yet for the planetary surface ones because they don't appear on the map when you open up the. Here we go. It doesn't yet appear on the map.
You should be able to mouse wheel in all the way in onto a planet and.
Yeah, no, it doesn't show because it's not an established settlement yet, so it's not there. Oh, is it?
It does for targeting.
There we go. So here we go. So this is exactly how to find it out, just especially to answer Inner Bushman. So you go to it if it's a space one.
I think more quickly you can also use the menu on the left because it's got points of interest and ports are in there. So.
Yeah, you can do. And you can see here the ceramic composites, evacuation shelter, fruit and veg, and power generators that we've asked for earlier are all en route. And we'll see that number go up as we get on with it.
Wait. Does this mean I'm going to the wrong space station? I should be coming to this port. I'm going the wrong way.
Once you've got it, you need to go to the planetary one.
Right. Okay.
Right. I was trying to find that
I'm not
other.
sure that everybody can see. Oh yeah, found it.
I'm just trying to see whether I can see that crater yet. I can't see that crater. It's in the day side, so it's got to be over here somewhere.
So to clarify that, everyone bringing stuff, you're bringing it to Kian.
To the port that you're actually constructing. So if it's a space port.
I've run into a problem. I'm at the Hewish installation, but it doesn't have a commodities market.
Where
the
hell's it listed on?
Did I go to the right one? Is there another Hewish something maybe in
Hewish? Are you in LHS 1240?
LHS 1240. Is there something?
Let me take a look at that port specifically.
In case there's something else called Hewish.
Station distance. So, did you fly 13,000 light seconds?
I did indeed. A3? Yes.
Large landing pads.
Did you say A3? So second star. Third
no.
planet. Yeah.
Main star planet 3.
Main star planet 3. No, I'm.
Where did you go? So LHS 1240.
That's B3. Yeah, I'm at A3. The stars are in the wrong order. Yep, I'm on A3.
You're on A3, right? Yeah.
I'm at Hewish installation. Which is a proper surface starport.
You've got no commodities market option.
Yeah, it says it's got commodities and they're active, but okay.
But what?
But I am not seeing it here. Oh yeah, I found it. It's okay. Never mind. Talking nonsense.
Talk amongst
Forget
yourselves.
it.
Right. So while you've been doing that,
it also has in the market 515 tons of CMM composites.
Really?
Yes.
Flossy.
500.
Flossy.
515 tons.
Right. Where's that?
LHS 240, 1240.
Yeah, don't say it out loud. No.
Okay. Right. Right. I'm
Right.
buying up ceramics, so I'll leave these CMMs for you.
I'll have to change
It's all in
tips
the-
as well.
Right. Can you see where I am, Flossy?
It's all in the
Hang
Studio
on a
5
sec,
chat. Too.
Right. While you're doing
get things to
that,
work.
I'm going to be demonstrating how we do the next bit. So I've found a really cool crater, and I found a crater in the crater, and I'm working on the lightning doesn't. Well, okay, it obviously has because I'm inside a double crater, but lightning doesn't strike twice, and I'm just trying to find the flat bottom. And in the bottom of this crater here, I am going to be seeing whether we can place. Now, you see you've got the SC Suite placement cam there. Just for the benefit of anybody doing this, you have a new module on your ships, which is...
Sorry, can I check? Are we going to Quian Prospect?
Yes.
Okay, that's my route plotted.
Okay, so you can see I've got an SC Suite placement cam here, which is a module. Sorry, and what you do is you can fly down to my own shadow, and you can place it. So I'm going to be talking through this for a second. So if you need, do you want to cut me off just while I'm flying, and I will get in line? Or are we good? Sorry, Flossy. I just.
I'm just having a look. Yes.
Can you see where I am, Flossy?
You're at Van Man and Star, are you?
Me?
No.
No.
No, it can't be.
No.
Oh.
It's in the TeamSpeak chat, Flossy.
TeamSpeak chat. Hang on. Yeah.
Last two lines from Vulcarius are the star and the station.
Right, here we go. I'm just... There we are. I'm going to build this one on the edge of this crater. So we're on a crater and a crater, and I'm going to build it up on the top edge, so just for fun. So quite a nice view around this crater here. So we're going to fly up to A1. It's a nice flat spot up here. And we're going to place down a different kind. And this is where we're going to consult and have a look at the menus and try and work out what we're supposed to have built. So if you...
Wow, that was an approach, Litho. You bounced off the surface.
Yep.
Right, here we go. So I am going to hold the button down here.
Make sure you didn't nick the ducking pit.
And we go 1, 2, 3. Is it letting me do it? Here we go. 1. There we go. Right. I've got to the deployment menu now. Now, in here, it says at the top of this cliff, we can build a something. So we can build planetary ports, settlements, or hubs. Now, hubs look like those little SRV bases, a bit like... What's the Vert's Progress, isn't it? Was it Vert's Pride or Vert's something? Now, it doesn't look to me that like these have docking pads. Well, they do. It's got a docking pad up on the top here. You see with a python on top of it in that picture. Then we've got settlements, which is your traditional walk around them, fight over them kind of settlements. Agriculture, extraction, industrial, military, that kind of thing. And you've got planetary ports. Now, previously, we used up some of our system construction points on building the refinery kind of tier 2 hub, which was clearly a waste, and that's where we went wrong. So, settlements, tier 2 settlements, do they have docking pads? That looks like in the background of that picture it has a docking pad. Or planetary ports are good old-fashioned starports. And there's an outpost type. So let's have a look at the outpost type, or a port. Ports are the really big ones. And you can see here it's going to need 34,000 tons of titanium. And Flossy, you'll be glad to know it needs 40,000 tons of CMM composite.
Right.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. So we're going to go back to one of the smaller style outposts. And there are all sorts of different layouts. So civilian ones, scientific ones, industrial ones.
Tourist.
Here we go. Let's have a look. We've got the Clotho, the Mephitis, the Parima. Oh, that one's got domes. Should we get one with domes?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
How many CMM composites does it cost?
Yeah, that's
have
the
a look.
point.
It costs 0 CMM composites.
That's the one.
It needs 5,000 titanium, some superconductors, some semiconductors, ceramic composites. Yeah, nothing in there that's particularly scary. So, we want one with all the domes and things, yeah?
Yep.
So we can have the
All
perimeter.
the domes and none of the
So is
CMM
that
composites.
10,000 steel. Oh, no, that's one of the others.
Let's have a look. That's got a different kind
So
of
is it-
dome. I'm just
So is it
double
steel-
checking.
Steel, generally, it seems steel, titanium, and aluminium are your main bulk requirements for whatever you're building.
Yeah. The Hephaestus Industrial
PM
Planet.
Prospect is
Ooh.
now down to needing 80 ceramic composites, and that's all. So.
Okay, so it's 80 ceramic composites and the other one's finished. Well, I think we need some science on this planet, don't you?
Hello, Commander Jackman, floating around above me in your rather glorious-looking ship.
And
Okay.
incidentally, Jackman is also floating above us in the green room. So
Okay, so what this says here, we'll grab him in a minute. This is going to award me a tier 2 construction point. It means our tech level is going to go up for the system, our development level is going to go up, but our security is going to go down, which might be a bad thing. So I'm just trying to have a look if there's anything that is better for us. Security gets way worse with that one. We won't be doing that. I think all of them reduce the security in the system a little bit. Yeah. But the science increases the tech level of the system quite high. So we're going to hit begin construction on this one with the domes. And you can then place it. So if we look around to where the edge of the cliff is here, we can put it down wherever we like. And we can rotate it as well. So we can, here we go. Let's rotate it so the pads are over that side. And you can also change my elevation. Here we go.
Inner Bushman says, what's the direction we want to expand towards?
Away from the centre of Hutton space. So we've come out here from Wolf 21, so Wolf 124 to where we are now. And there's one commander already gone one further. I can't remember the name of the commander. It will come back to me. And he's currently expanding from his system. I'll look it up just without messing up my view here. Give me 1 second.
I think I can see Flossy taking off from the settlement.
That's
It's a commander Pinnyman, Pinnman, has colonized Piscium sector VZ0A61, which is another 15 light years out from where we are. I'm just going to have a look at the progress on that one. It seems to be struggling a little bit.
Sorry, Flossy.
A lot of steel. Yeah, go ahead, Flossy.
Does that place you went to have large pads?
Oh, it's a surface base. I think so. I don't know for sure.
Which one, sorry?
Well,
I went in a medium ship, so I
okay,
don't know.
yeah.
CMMs.
Yeah, the place I listed in the chat does
in
have
chat
large
thing,
pads,
yeah.
yes.
It does
Yeah.
go. I'll pick up your T9 then.
Yeah. Clear them out, Flossy. Clear them out.
Right, I'm just trying to place this down right near the edge of the cliff here. There we go. There's a flat space. Let's put
Trying
it up.
not to
honestly,
get distracted.
You could probably just go port to port, well, surface port to surface port
Yeah.
with the appropriate economy, and even if it's not listed as having them, it'll probably have generated some. So.
Okay, here we go. So, it has now said, construction site under deployment, please depart and return later. So you can see it's putting some pads down. There's a pad back here. There's another pad there. So I seem to have got it mostly flat. Let's have a look. And this is what it's going to look like when it... Oh, dear. Oh. Oh, dear, oh, dear. We're going to need a digger. Right.
You'll be fine.
We'll be fine. So...
They won't, but you will.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to go away, and this is now going to turn into one of these new construction sites, and we're going to add it to the spreadsheet, and then we can start trucking to this one, and we'll see if this helps. So I think we may need to go a little bit
So when I want to contribute, am I just selling these at the commodity market?
Yeah.
When you land, it'll walk you through it.
It gets you a special menu, and it's got a demand and a and you're selling it on the planetary one. Yes?
Oh, I
not
see
the
it.
space
I
one.
see it.
Yeah.
Ceramic composites 80. I will easily sell you 80 of those.
That's going to be completely finished if you want to catch that on stream, David.
Oops, I'm just going to try and fly to it. So don't hit the sell button unless you've done it already.
Yeah, okay.
It may not live update. It may do like I've done on this planet and do you need to come back later.
Yeah,
probably. But it'd be interesting to see.
So I'm gonna fly down above where you are. You can drop them off, and we'll see what happens.
Yes, I am landed, ready to transfer.
So Kian Prospect is where I want, isn't it?
Yep.
Our new one is called Smoot Terminal.
Oh,
Back in a sec.
So
we might want to change that. We might want to change that to Smut Terminal at
I
some
was about to
point.
say, yeah, 5,000 arcs, change the val, job done.
Okay, well, now that Smoot Terminal is in, obviously our next mission is to try and... Because we need to get these CMM composites
When
online.
I take off of here, I'll go to Smoot and dump what's left. I've still got about another 80.
Nobody have to potato. Besides hauling goods, is there anything we can do to help, like doing missions for the faction to increase system influence, for example?
Not yet. Now, when this station comes online, and I don't know whether that's going to be with the next daily tick or weekly tick. So when one of our systems comes online, that port that we went to earlier that we were walking around will start having missions. Now, there are other factions in system, so one of the things we'll need to do is make sure that the other factions in system don't take over our shiny new base. Mm-hmm. So absolutely, once we've got them in place, we need to get our influence up.
Are you nearly here yet?
Are we nearly there yet? I'm 6.
In terms of direction, would it be fair to say you're kind of heading downwards from Alpha Centauri?
Clockwise, not Widdershins. So if you were to look at the map and draw a line from Wolf 124 through this system here, the Tashta sector HSK A8, and head in that direction, we're heading out because Wolf 124 was one of the further ones away from Hutton Orbital and therefore further from Sol. So pick this one because it was out on a limb, so we could just head in a straight line out from there. And when we get to the edge of the bubble, it means we're not contesting against other people or fighting over space. That's the theory.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So in general, yeah, we're trying to get the Hutton faction to escape the bubble, which is going to be, there's going to be a lot of very quick infill. They might get blocked in. So it looks like the general direction is downwards. So yeah, from Wolf 124, we've made a couple of hops, but you want to go down.
Yeah. So if we're doing that, then the next one on the line is Piscium sector VZ-0A6-1. That's the third one in a line. On the way out, so we complete that one, and then we can expand from there to the next one. So, if you're interested in expanding us on that line, Piscium sector VZO-A6-1 needs completing, and as soon as it's complete, we can use it to leapfrog to the next system out.
Right. Are you nearly here yet?
88 Ks.
Okay, yeah, that's not quite downwards. That's sideways, but it is a good direction to escape.
It is. It's the best direction I could find to escape in a line.
But you really are nearly here.
I really am nearly here. I'm 55 Ks away. I am...
Is that actual kilometres or is that...
No, 40 Ks.
30 Ks? 30 Ks? You'll be dropping out any time now?
Yeah, there's a fair cloud of unclaimed systems if I switch the galaxy map.
Yeah, no, I looked at where was popular. We've deliberately expanded somewhere unpopular, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because lots of people are going to be heading towards Colonia direction or towards the Thargoids or... Okay, there's a lot of NPCs around here. So I'm going to hover, but if I need to GT, what's it oh?
Yep.
You're actually going... So laterally, you're actually kind of headed towards Polaris.
Yes.
I know it's permit locked, but that's the direction.
Okay. Are you ready for me to press the button?
Let me just put my night vision on because it's dark. Here we go.
This is going to be such an...
Right, night vision is on. I'm bumping around a bit. My ship is having a little bit of difficulty maintaining level flight.
I am pressing the button now.
Is this the last delivery?
It's transfer all.
The suspense.
Why is it not transferring all?
Because you got to transfer all and then click transfer
confirm,
in the middle.
Yeah. Transfer all. Click. Nothing.
What's it say? Its
Confirm
requirement is?
transfer. Yep, it's done it. Brewer, building the future together.
Did you see a message?
Yeah.
Construction complete I've had on my screen. So, because I had the mission to
Hey,
construct
nice.
it, I'm now seeing construction complete on my screen. Now, we may come under fire, or it may change or not, because Atris did. I'm wondering whether I can request docking here now, or it's going to go horribly pear-shaped. It says docking denied.
I have to press a confirm button.
So I'm getting
On
ready.
construction site under deployment. Please depart and return later.
So you're getting depart and return later. I'm getting depart and return later.
So,
I'm getting
refresh the
jazzy
instance.
music. I'm getting fantastic
Shush.
jazzy music.
That's fourth wall stuff, that.
Yeah. Okay. So let's. Should we both go to Super Cruise?
Yeah,
How
for what
well
it's
armed
worth.
are you, just in case?
Couple of beam lasers and some.
Okay, but you're not in a
cheap missiles.
shieldless. You're not in a shieldless
Put
ship
it
as well.
this
No.
way: if when you drop, you should be able. If the port's red, to just glide in a different direction and get it there.
Yes.
So you can see well in advance on the. On
If
the
you're not
port
colorblind,
view.
yes.
Yeah. Or blind.
Okay. Press target it and listen to the sound. Then you.
Yeah.
The poetry is my job. I wrote plenty of it.
Yeah, you noticed that it was below sea level there, so we were actually at 2,000 meters below sea level where we built that one.
I have just landed at Smoot.
You've landed at
and
Smoot.
sold them my bananas.
Well, I thought you were supposed to be selling
Beg your
bananas here. Were bananas already done here?
Bananas
Done
are done
there.
here.
Vanyan Steel, well done on the latest completion commanders. Oh, thank you very much.
Excellent. Well, I'm dropping from Orbital Cruise. Let's have a look, see whether...
Ooh.
Noddy Spice, isn't LCU No 4-1 headed towards Polaris 2?
Well, he's an honorary Hutton trucker.
I'd imagine Canon is trying
He's
to do
not a
something
very
similar,
honourable
yeah.
Hutton trucker, though.
Okay, it does
That's a
still
different thing
say...
entirely.
It still says that it is a construction site, so this is clearly not
But that
happening.
LCU's research mission on that surface 1,000 light years away from the Thargoid wall was vital. You have to
It
understand.
was absolutely vital. Okay, so what we need to do is fire up one of these spreadsheet things in a minute for Smoot, but if anybody else wants to help Smoot, so what do I need for Smoot? I'm going to need something, so let me go and do some
You are
trucking
going
for
to-
Smoot.
Smoot, you need 7,000 plus tons of aluminium, 401 building fabricators.
Building
700
fabricators, I can do that. I can. Let's have a look. What's my cargo space? Is there anything that's got
401.
anything that's less than 368?
368. You could go for 211 evacuation shelters.
I can do that one. Okay, so
140 food cartridges.
now let's do evacuation shelters. So Valkyrius, would you be able to look up evacuation shelters near Smoot for me, please? My new little.
Is that in the same system?
Is in the same
Yeah.
system. Yep.
Same one you gave me will be fine.
Does Smoot need ceramic composites? Because we've still got 80 on board.
522. It does. Yes. Oh,
Right, where is
Ceramic-
Smoot? Is it same planet?
same planet, different crater.
Different semi-hemisphere?
That's interesting. Smoot actually requires more than that. It needs ceramic composites of 785.
It would do because
which it
this is
requires.
actually a dockable port now.
Ah.
So yeah, I'm heading for what was it? The evacuation shelters.
Yeah, I'm looking for one that's not got quite such a large super cruise because.
Oh, I've got
no,
Super
that's
Cruise
okay.
Overdrive. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
Well,
super cruise overcharge.
can
okay, well, yeah,
confirm
go
that-
to.
Can confirm that Queer and Prospect will hand out bounties if you go too close. But it's also Hutton Truckers, so I've now got a Hutton bounty.
Wolf,
Oh,
one
I see.
bounty.
Is it a trespass zone? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can go to our new space station in system and pay off because there is an administrative contact there that you can pay it off in our under construction starport.
I actually used it
If they'll
last
let me
night.
dock without shooting at me.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
where am I heading for?
So evacuation shelters for Smoot. You want to go to LHS 1240.
I don't even see Smoot at the moment.
And you can dock. Well, it's I think it's any port there, but the closest is Shillard's
it m-
Gateway.
it may be that you need to leave system because it's under LHS 1240. Did you say?
Yes, LHS 1240.
Well, I'm at LHS 1240, and it's on the wrong kind of view. It's on the wrong kind of view. It has no starports.
I'm seeing the same thing, and Inara seems to suggest that it does. So
could it be that it's got fleet carriers?
No, it's
Down
LHS.
the
The actual.
bottom end.
Smooth.
That's a bit random. Well, we can.
It's listed as an outpost called an outpost and a starport called Ferguson Hub.
Okay, well, it may be that because it's using the new style interface from the Colonisation, and I've not been there yet. It's only showing me what it knows about, which is the star.
If you're in colonisation mode, I'm guessing you.
Oh, I switched out of it, but it could be a bug. I think it's a bug. Let's ask Bobble Braben. Is it a bug? And Bobble Braben is saying yes.
Yes, mate.
I don't think Bobble Braben could do anything other than nod those.
It depends.
Oh,
it can go side to side.
The Type 8 yours pretty good. I suppose you could.
There you go. He's Disco Braben. Woohoo! It is.
I can see it. I can see Stellar Gateway. Zil.
Okay, so
almost feels like it's word of the week time.
I went with
it
the
definitely
vaguely
exists. I've been there.
Do we have a word of the week?
Go on then. While I'm flying this, do we have a word of the week? We haven't got an Amelia, but do we have a word of the week?
We have got a word of the week, whether we are Amelian-less or not. It is cockalorum. Because
cockalorum? What's
that? Mouth out.
Boastful talk, a boastful and self-important person.
Wow. Can you use it in a sentence?
After some cockalorum from the superpowers, Hutton politely reminded everyone that Alpha Centauri is an independent system. Ooh. We have to keep reminding them that.
Yeah, we do.
So cockalorum is something coming from the mouth of a blatteroon.
Very likely, yes.
Go on, remind me what blatteroon was, because I remember this one, but not enough to know it.
Somebody that spouts a lot of cockalorum.
Yeah, it's a senseless babbler or a boaster.
I love a circular reference.
Right, sorry, was it Lizard Gateway?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I went with the vaguely Slavic pronunciation of the first bit.
Lizard. It's a misspelt Lizard Gateway. That's fine.
Just so Inner Bushman can harass me about it.
Here we go.
Reminds me, who's getting what? Because I've also got.
I'm getting the evacuation shelters.
If I head over there,
I'm on a nearby planet.
Do we need steel? Says Jackman. Jackman, absolutely. Yes. In our new one called Smoot, which I think may appear after I've exited the system and back in again, or may take longer. We're going to need steel. Absolutely, an awful lot of steel.
10,395 tons of it, to be exact.
Yeah, 10,000 tons, please, Jackman. You've got 15 minutes.
No pressure.
But hopefully, I mean, I know lots of people have jumped in and done this, but hopefully the Hutton Trucker's Guide to Hutton Trucking colonisation style is being vaguely useful for somebody.
I don't know who, but somebody.
Well, Bubble Braben is saying no. Okay.
So Ghost Blackheart, I can do steel, fish 2193. I'm working on loading the big three metals. Now we had nobody have two potato. Will you keep a list up on Discord for the colonisation targets to help over time?
Yes, absolutely. There is a channel in our Discord. There are two channels. One is just got a pinned document by Snuggles McKeague, which lists, it's got the spreadsheet in it of what we need, but also priority targets. It does need updating because we've just made some changes this evening. And there is also a chat channel where everybody is swapping notes about, I need this, I've got this, where am I going? That kind of chitter-chatter. So,
now then, is this a request we can put out to the glorious makers of the Hutton Helper to make thing link into
there's a bit of a problem with that
website?
because the journal does not contain any data yet that's of any use to anybody. So when you build, deploy, whatever else, there are no journal entries, which are the things that the Hutton Helper reads. which help at the moment.
Yeah,
So
I did
even though
send
I've
him my journal
docked at
before
it.
we knew that.
Even though I docked at it, it won't be able to tell you what it requires.
When you dock
still.
at it, no, there's nothing in there. It tells you you've docked at it, and that's it. So we all we can tell with the Hutton Help at the moment is that it exists.
I see.
And unfortunately, there's a bug in there, which means all colonisation ships and space things that you built, like the station there, are currently all being logged as surface settlements.
And green room update. Commander Inner Bushman has arrived.
Commander, well, is it? Should we grab while I'm flying into Lizard Gateway to get my number of tons? Could somebody grab the Jackman and the Inner Bushman for a bit of green room banter?
Here,
Yeah, please. Do-do-do. Misspelt Lizard Gateway. Do-do-do.
Greetings, commanders.
Are you there?
Greetings.
Hey.
Hello.
Did not even notice that it was lizard spelt wrong until you told me.
When I land at Smoot, will I be able to get out and disembark and walk about?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. SRV racing around containers, anybody?
I'm going to do that.
Well, this one
I think we
here,
have a,
Lizards has got.
looks like we have a new contender for the renaming of Smoot, and so Commander Aiden Boop the Smoot, so it could be called Boop the Smoot Gateway or whatever it was.
Boop the Smoot
The
Gateway.
Smoot, yes.
Anyway,
I like the
so
Smoot.
we've got. Hang on a second. We've got two join us, and I can't quite see my screen on the right here, but it is. We've got the Jackman, and we've got the Inner Bushman as well. Are you there, Inner Bushman?
Yes, hello.
You are, and are you there, Jackman?
I am, yes.
Right. Does somebody who is not desperately trying to dock at the moment, like I am, able to do the usual quizzing of our green room guests?
I'm doing the docking thing.
Apology,
Doing the
officer.
docking thing.
I'm doing docking thing.
Somebody's pad blocking.
So it's probably you.
It's probably me. Okay, well, in which case, I'm going to start with the top of the list. I think Bushman's higher up the list. So, Inner Bushman, how are you, and have you colonised anywhere recently?
Well, yes, of course. I already colonized like 7 new star systems.
7?
What? Jeez.
Oh,
It's only
I
been a
just joined.
day.
I just joined. I already told you in the chat. I just joined. I haven't been playing for a month because I had an event on a Minecraft server. We were doing the hardcore challenge, and when I saw that the colonization is already like going strong and the Hutton trackers are doing stuff, I was like, I gotta join.
Now you get to do Minecraft in space.
Yeah, Minecraft in space.
Nobody
And,
has two
so
potato cause you a
so
madman.
you've managed to
by the way.
put a beacon up and build stations yet, or what? You know, how far have you got?
No, but I would like to do that. Yeah.
So has this evening's guide been useful for that so far?
Yes and no, because I'm a goldfish and I already forgot most of the things you said. So I will need.
Well, number one, go to a
guide
Hutton
or-
system. Number one, go to a Hutton system. Number two, talk to the colonisation contact. Then
Yeah.
number three, pick a system to colonise that's empty. That's your first
Sorry.
three things.
Who
Yeah,
are we
but-
talking to?
Yeah, but we. I should probably not go to any random Hutton system and choose something that actually makes sense, right?
Okay, so what we need to do then is go to the Piscium sector VZO-A61, finish that starport, and expand from there.
I'm here. So I'm at the colonization ship just to, take a look around, check it out, how it works and whatnot. And I presume that to finish this system, where do I deliver the goods, or where do I find what goods?
So
are
in
needed
the
this
Piscium
system?
sector VZO, when you get there, you'll find a colonization ship.
Yeah,
It's like a giant. It's like a giant fleet carrier.
Yeah,
you
I'm
dock
right next
there,
to it.
and it's got a special menu on it.
Okay.
And when you drop off in the special menu till all the numbers hit 0, and then leave the system, and it will convert to a space station. So once it's converted to a space station, what you then do is you then go into there and talk to the colonization contact that's there.
Uh-huh.
and you ask them, and then what you do is you get your map so that you can say, well, there's Wolf 124, there's the one we've just done, my one, there's the Piscium one, and pick the next one in a vaguely straight line from there as far as you can. But when you look at it, look at the system. If it's just got a star, you don't want it. You want a place that's got planets.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Sorry, just to cut across, Valkyrius, how many tons do I need? Sorry, while I'm doing this. Of evacuation shelters, or did anybody have a number?
I was going to say, how would I know how many you need?
Somebody called it out earlier.
I did call it out, and I didn't write it down because I'm now queued up behind you waiting for the pad. So
okay, I'm on a pad. So if you want
21, do you want to just fill up with those and just?
I'll fill up with them and stick the rest on my carrier. How about that?
Who's coming into pad 7? It's Smoot. Boop the Smoot.
Oh, you guys are on the other.
We're doing Smoot at the moment because we're trying to upgrade this system so Flossy can have all of the CM composites that she wants, all of them.
Yeah, like another 1600 for the other system.
Yeah, so the other system, Piscium, needs 1606 CMM composites at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
5,000 tons of titanium, 6,500 tons of steel, 1,700 of liquid oxygen. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll focus on the what's the name?
The Piscium sector.
The sector, whatever. Yeah.
And then once you've done that, then your next job is leapfrog to get your own one in the chain. And then you come back to us and tell us which one you've done, and then we'll come and help you with your one, if you know what I mean.
Should I put it on the Hutton Tracker colonization shopping list?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
So if you add it to the first page and then create yourself a tab and just do the same as everybody else has done, write down what the numbers are, and if you deliver anything or you land there, update the numbers. Because yeah.
Oh, okay, so I'll make sure to update the Piscium sector.
That looks like Flossy arriving in a Type 9, maybe?
-1.
Oh, it's not. It's not. It's an ASP. Somebody's come in an ASP.
I'm still at this one waiting to see if there's any more.
No, this is an ASP.
So a couple of questions real quick. The first one I can do, though. The first one is, why do you, this is Nobody Have 2 Potato, why do you run Type 8s and not Type 9s or cutters? The answer to that is outposts. The large pads are not a reliable resource here. So.
Yeah, I mean, I was running... So when you're doing the main colonization ship, the colonization ship has large pads. So I took a Type 9 for that one because of the large pads. So when you're doing the initial deployment of the first starport, absolutely, Type 9s and big ships are brilliant. When it comes to the secondary ones that we're doing at the moment, once again, pad size, but also speed getting out of atmosphere. I did a sort of sample runs, and it was taking me twice as long because Type 9 takes ages. Also, because this is an anarchy system, once you've claimed it becomes an anarchy, it becomes dangerous. And a big fat Type 9 and evading interdictions is not very helpful.
Right.
Tipos Taco. So can we only claim systems in the original bubble, or can we build off the systems that are scattered out in the galaxy? The answer to that one is there is a range limit at the moment. So the stage that they're calling a beta, you've got a 15 light year limit on the hop from a port, and you've also got a limit on how far from the bubble, like how far from Sol it can be. The Pilots Federation almost certainly are going to be relaxing the latter and increasing the former at some point.
Yeah, so I think at the moment it's bubble and edge of bubble, but it's going to get better once things are settled down.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of bubble infill and a bit of bubble pushing out of the bubble at the moment. Yeah,
one of the... who's doing that?
Hello! You can scissor Type 8s, it turns out.
You filthy
Oh, God.
Just while I was down looking at my map. Oh, look, Bubble Braben is upset now, look.
Right.
Aye. You've upset Bubble Braben.
On that cheery note, I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to jump off, and I'll get back on this over the weekend. This looks like a lot of fun.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. Do you want to hear this week's, before you go, Galnet News Digest? Because I've got it.
Oh, yeah, fire it on.
Yeah, so if I'm going to hit this button, but it's going to change my screen for a minute while I'm in Super Cruisy things. So
yes, of course.
This is Galnet News Digest. I'm sorry we can't come to the phone, but we're busy colonising things. Your call is important to us. Please leave a message after the...
You know, when you told me, oh yeah, it's only 15 seconds long.
What if you put the
That's the intro.
That's it.
He's
busy.
And real quick, I suppose, just before we get to Jackman, with a new contact, we can exchange mind resources for those that are needed for building stations. Is that worth doing, or is it better straight up buy the resources?
Well, for things like aluminum and if you go to, refineries, you can take raw materials and then you can trade them up for refined materials. So, yes, I suppose you could if we were short. There was a shortage, but we don't seem to have a shortage yet of the necessary materials.
Yeah, I suppose it's unless you can do that to get CMM composites, probably you just want to buy the things.
Where am I taking these, by the way?
Was it Smoot? Was it
Smoot? Yeah, Smoot. Right, I think.
Do you want to get to Jackman? Oh, and the ecology officer needs some sleep apparently.
I am going. Yes, I was working in the morning. Right, I am going. I'll speak to you all again. And Flossy, I'll see you tomorrow.
No, I'm not going to be here next week, by the way. So I'm going to be handing over to you guys.
It gets better. Yeah, it gets better and better. Right, okay.
I'm off to the Science Museum.
Oh yes, very nice. Oh, right. I'm going.
One of their evening gigs. Yes.
I didn't think it'd be that interesting. An exhibit.
No comment. I'm sure it's going to be. I'm taking my dear old mum to the Science Museum for one of the evenings. It's a space special containing space things and spaceships. And yes.
The Science Museum in London, the one that let's not get political in who sponsors it, but there's the electric aircraft, the Spirit of Innovation, hanging from the ceiling that I helped to build.
Oh, you helped build it? Cool.
I helped join all of the individual little AA batteries into the great big batteries that made it go. I worked for Electroflight, which was paid by Rolls-Royce to make this thing as a technology prospector, prove a outer thing. And yeah, it was really cool. It was great fun. Well, I say great fun to work on. It was great to see it flying for sure.
Cool. Very good. Well, I will point that out too. The reason I'm taking dear old mum to the space one, etc., because mum is the person who wrote the backstory for the Hutton mug. So she actually interviewed Muggsy in the first place. So when the CG came about, my dear old mum was the person. I was in Spain on holiday with her at the time, with the family, and I said, "Oh, crikey, Zach, if you remember, the Dastardly Don's been in touch, and we've got to write a CG submission." She said, "What's that?" "Well, we've got to invent a rare item." And mum came up with the back. I said it was going to be the mug, because we'd all talked about that, and she came up with the backstory about the ships destroyed in Super Cruise. And made out of their frameshift plates. So yes, I'm taking Mama. She's got 2 new hips out on that one. Nice. So right, Commander Jackman.
So,
sorry.
Before these guys forget about Jackman, how are you?
We're all forgetting about me.
No,
how's your dabbler with colonisation going so far?
Well, I jumped on yesterday and helped you lot. I haven't done anything for myself, but I'm more enjoying it than I thought, because I know exactly where to get the stuff. Like you, what's it called? Nara. I helped Flossy get some places yesterday, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
It's nice to have a little bit of a purpose for hauling stuff, isn't it, rather than just doing it. And it's having a purpose to do something is a real driver. And I'm going to crash into the planet's surface, so excuse me.
Well, having a purpose, I mean, it is it's good to have the purpose. I mean, for the Too Hot Too Messy, we've got a purpose, but there's no outcome to that one other than, hey, we've been to 40,000, 50,000, whatever it is, numbers of stations, and ginned and mugged them. Now, obviously, the Too Hot Too Messy is ongoing. I think one of the problems we're going to hit is the number of markets is increasing faster.
Yeah.
Little grey.
Oh, we've got audio feedback. Who's feeding back? It's the Bushman.
It's the Bushman.
I'm getting
Right.
Well, I've had to mute the Bushman because my audio was feeding back from Bushman's computer. So sorry, Bushman, if I can't hear you, but I've had to mute you while I'm flying.
That's not
it's
fixed.
That's better.
Oh,
It's little great.
Right, I've just
there we go.
landed at Sloot.
You've landed at Smoot. I think I just saw you coming in front of me. Commander Jackman, there you are. You're in the Lady Pleaser 3000.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Wonder Special on a pad there. I can actually see you at Smoot, which now has docking pads, and I am going to come and also dock alongside you there. Here we go. Leave that auto. So yeah, you're right. Absolutely, it's nice to have something, but there's a positive outcome. So we've got a, I mean, and there's so much. We can expand outwards, or we can consolidate like we're doing in this system to try and bring new facilities online. Yeah, there's loads to do.
It is.
And I have to say, we mentioned it earlier. It's well polished. It works. We're dropping it off, and stuff's appearing. This thing that you're landed at, Commander Jackman, did not exist at the start of this show.
No, I saw you come there in the Twitch chat. But I've just transferred 528 tons of steel.
Fantastic. Well, I'm just putting in 211 tons of evacuation shelters. That's cleared that down to 0. So, Commander Jackman, is there anything later in the year that you're looking forward to as well? Not just colonisation, but maybe something else happening later in the year that you might be excited about?
Oh, I don't know. What could that be? Oh, could it be Elite Meet?
ECM, the Elite Community Meet? Is there
That's
one?
the one.
When is it?
I think it's August.
It's August, the 16th of August, I think.
I hope it is, because I booked a holiday.
Well, yes, it is. Yeah, we went live with the announcement a week ago.
Yeah.
And we've already had 110 people say, me, I'm going in a week, even though it's 6 months left until we've actually got the event. So, thank you very much to everybody who's going to it. Anybody who's listening who doesn't know about ECM, let's quiz Gray. You were there. Oh no, Jackman's leaving. But I'm running to your ship, Jackman. Oh, bye. I'm going to wave. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I'm
I
clapping.
was there last year. I was indeed there last year, and I enjoyed it greatly. There are many things to do, and we are already talking about other things that we can do. There was Lego building. There was more retro gaming than I think I've ever seen in any other location. And what else? Oh, I appear to have crashed into the floor.
Oh.
Lovely.
I just got a £300 credit fine.
Yeah, because you loitered over a pad.
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
you crashed into the cargo containers. I think you probably squashed a few flat.
So, yeah, I mean, last year was 160 of us got together, and retro and board games and Artemis and the Hutton Mayhem band.
Yes, Artemis, yes. And I had great fun because I like to play Sandesks, and so that's what I did. And the Hutton Mayhem band were brilliant.
It was Tokuso. Commander Tokuso was our resident pro, but obviously it wasn't quite open mic. We had the phenomenal, was it Psykit on vocals as well?
We did.
And we had Katie Chaos on bass.
Yes. Yeah. And we also had the reappearance of the squeeze box, of course, that came along.
Dog's Body D.
Dog's Body. I couldn't call his name off.
Luckily, I'm cursed with a memory for those things. It's never going to leave me, that squeeze box. I'm just looking at your cockpit, Little Grey. Either you're incredibly little, or you're not actually in your cockpit. I'm just trying to have a look. There's no Little Grey.
Yeah.
And we fill, and it's put on ECM, put on by the community for the community. So It's not as if nobody's doing it commercially. We put the event on. I mean, Litho Breaker here, Little Grey. We donate our time and our network skills and our expertise to find the venue and do the legwork. But what happens during the day is put on by everybody there. So people bring games, they bring computers, they bring their old Nintendo Wii or an Xbox, and we just line the entire thing with stuff to do. Games, retro, modern stuff, VR, multi-crew stuff, racing rigs.
Oh, the racing
I'm bringing several dozen custom Beat Saber maps.
There we go.
Nice.
We do have a separate room for VR this time, so we can do it safely without Valkyrius punching anybody. Or ninjing them. There we are. There's Little Grey. Woohoo! And then in the evening, we do a version of this show, the Hutton Orbital Live. If Frontier turn up, then they always go on stage. I think they were talking about fonking sperm whales last time, or not naming the new ship a fonking sperm whale.
No, just a reticulated python.
Yes, or a ball python, or a royal python, or a yes. But as a side effect, an accidental side effect of the event, we raise money for charity. And we raised £5,030 split between special effect and hearing dogs for deaf people last time, just by turning up and having fun.
It was fun.
It was definitely enjoyable. And this year we have relocated. We are in an alternate place. We are in Coventry for your sins.
I'm going to Coventry.
Which for me works brilliantly because that's not very far away at all.
Well, we do try and put it near somebody's house that can do quick site visits for us. So this time it's near your house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which means I don't have to haul the PA kit very far. I might even be able to cycle if I could be bothered, but I can't,
with that giant Little Grey-sized deck on your back.
That'll be a sight.
I will pay extra money to charity to see that.
You want me to tow the sound desk that is as long as I am?
No, carry it under your arm.
Strap it to his back like a big, I don't know, backpack or something. But
I was looking into the specs of this thing the other day. It weighs 45 kilograms,
which is nearly 2 Little Greys.
No, it's a half a grey.
Oh, it's a half a grey. Okay.
My dog weighs nearly 40. It's not that heavy.
You try carrying it on a bicycle.
Anyways, so yeah, Jackman, you've been to what, 4 of these now? 3 of these now? You went to the one pre-COVID, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then the 2 we've had since COVID.
Yeah. And to be honest, I enjoy it ever so much. It's, you just enjoy it. It's fun.
It is. That's it. That's the purpose of it. It's just a day of fun.
Yeah. And also you get slightly drunk.
Well, the bar is open till 1 a.m. this time. Unlike last time when they shut the bar an hour before the contracted closing time.
Yeah.
And then we had to bust open the car park bar. Anyway, yeah, someone lost their job over that one, but we won't go any further on that. Anyway, but the new venue, Libby from the venue is looking after us. We have got an unbroken record as well. Flossy, what do we always break at ECM?
The booking system.
The entire hotel. Not our booking system for the tickets.
No, the hotel.
The professional, large national chain of hotels. So the last year we broke it because they gave us too big a discount. We negotiated really hard, and their anti-fraud prevention measures kicked in and locked the area manager out of the booking system. Which broke it. And then this year we negotiated our deal that included lots of gym access and all sorts, and broke it again. The only thing we broke this time, though, is it does work perfectly, but the email confirmations aren't going out. So when you book your hotel room, if you do, set up an account at the same time, just log back in, you can see your booking. If anybody wanted more info about it, Commander Valkyrius, what website might they go to find out more about the Elite Community Meet?
The website to which you will go for information about the Elite Community Meet is elitecommunitymeet.info.
There we go. The perfect place for info on the Elite Community Meet is elitecommunitymeet.info. Tickets are available there. If you want to just pop in for the day, we're charging, because we have to cover the costs, the grand sum of £12.50 for the whole day. And that means your pennies go in the tin to cover the costs and help us put the event on, and any surplus goes split between the charities. There is an option for lunch and dinner. We usually have a bit of a grab your sandwiches and crisps and fruit and whatever at lunch on the go, and then we do a barbecue evening dinner full of meaty things and jacket taters and basically food as fuel, but really tasty food as fuel. We do cater for allergies and intolerances. There is a section on the form when you book it to say, I can't have gluten, like me. And we do that on a plated basis. So chef will actually make you your own plate of food that is free of whatever allergens you can't have. So there are options. But if you're listening into this one and you like the company of other elite commanders, or you haven't met any yet and you want to, it is probably the friendliest, isn't it, Jackman? I mean, it is the most relaxed. There are no talks. There's nobody selling anything. It's just your mates.
It is. I met a commander last year, 2 years ago, actually. Commander Bruce. He's got obviously, I'm with you lot. I've also got my own group. He joined my group. He flies with me. We taught him how to play the game. Not the game, sorry, Elite. And he's out there getting a load of credits now. Like, we taught him everything he needs to know. And he thoroughly enjoys it now. And that's what we do.
And if you think about some of the origins of how we all became friends, I mean, I think those listening to the show probably realise that we all know each other very, very well. I mean, Flossy, it's been, 10 years now since we first met?
Oh, goodness, yes.
Probably slightly longer than that. And we all, obviously, we play in-game, but we've all sort of met in person as well. And the origin of the Hutton Truckers and why it's such a friendly group is it comes originally from a group of people who met up at an event, came up with a stupid idea, and it's grown from there. So, the origin of Hutton is from events just like, it was a LaveCon, but events just like ECM is how we all get to be friends. And then when we're not getting together on our once a year thing, we're playing in here, which is awesome. Yes. And some people leave and then they come back again,
So real quick, for Commander in a Bushman, apparently there might be a fault fixed, maybe, and we're not sure if it's still muted or not. Well, I suppose that was actually for 21, but
that was for me. Oh, sorry, I was. What's broken fixed? Hey,
can we try unmuting in a Bushman?
Oh, right. Sorry. Yes. The loop back. Let's unmute. Okay, I've unmuted him, so I should be able to hear the inner Bushman now.
1 2 1 2 testing.
There we go. I've got no loop back coming from the inner Bushman.
Okay.
Yeah, it was probably your source set to desktop.
That was mine. I'm sorry. I have no idea why TeamSpeak would default to desktop output instead of disabling any input for TeamSpeak. That was weird. Anyway, you mentioned when talking about the event that you will have Switch or other games. I would totally join you with my Amstrad and the original Elite game from
fantastic. Well, we do aim every year to run up one of everything that runs Elite. So we've got Electron, BBC Micro.
I would. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a little bit ways to UK. So.
Oh, I don't know. There are people coming from far afield.
Yeah, but it's a little bit out of my budget.
Well, we do encourage remote participation as well.
How is that?
So what we did last year, Litho, can you explain what we did last year?
Well, the most spectacular one last year was for Paige, who used to be on one of the community teams at Frontier, but would have loved to come along and couldn't. So we had her stuck on a big screen at the back of the room, beating people up.
And every time somebody walked past her, what did she shout?
All sorts of different things. It depends.
I think it was fight me, bitch, or words to that effect. Yes.
Yeah, we had a bunch of multiplayer, non-cooperative games that she was playing through Steam, and we had a screen in the room, and you could see her face chatting to you, and you could hear her, and she could hear you, and there was a big
And
screen
you're
where you
both-
could play on
yeah,
it with a
and
controller and playing the same game and beating each other up. Things like
I was
gang
gonna-
beasts
I was-
and just
I
fun,
was about
silly
to
stuff
say
like
it's,
that.
it's probably with this beating each other up is basically Super Smash Brothers or equivalent.
I see.
I think they had stick fights as well.
And
So-
we
Oh,
use
stick
a
fight was
selection of-
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we run up multiplayer games, and you get the advantage with the Paige thing is she wasn't just logged in remotely. Paige's face was on a screen next to the game, and she had her own webcam, so she could see the people in front of the computer. You could see her face as well as the game screen. We could talk to her, and then when it came to the group photograph, Litho actually swiped a magic swipe, and Paige jumped from her screen to a tablet, and then ended up in the group photo outside on a tablet, with her face there as well.
wow.
So she could actually see it, be in it, and be seen as well. So there's a lot we can do for people who
The
can't get
biggest
there.
challenge of getting Paige out and into the group photo was as I was walking out carrying the tablet, people kept stopping to chat to her.
The future is now, old man.
So yeah, there are options, multiplayer games, and people they hop into the ECM Discord, and there are games channels in there. If there's other people who can't be there, you hang around. There's 5 people there. You say, right, guys, let's fire up a game, and literally just grab the other people who are in there, fire up a game, and you can message us in the main thing. We can always get people at our end to join in as well. So yeah, it is designed to be fully inclusive, even of people who aren't there.
I'll try to be there if time allows.
Absolutely. If time allows.
Well, it's well worth it, tell you that.
Yeah. The only thing we can't do, though, is we cannot extend the raffle, which is part of the fundraising, to remote people, just because getting stuff to them when they win the world's biggest spaceship or something actually costs more than we raise in charity revenue. So, and it's a nightmare to manage. The only thing we can't do is let remote people take part in that raffle. And we wish we could, but it's just too much.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to come to an arrangement with somebody who is there to buy raffle tickets on your behalf and they are responsible for shipping it to you, then we wouldn't object to that because it's all money in the raffle. But that's entirely down to you to organise with somebody who's actually present to physically collect the goods.
That's your gig on that one. Yeah. If you're going to be seeing them, or there's somebody flying over from near you, or you know what I mean. I think there are a few from your neck of the woods.
When is the event happening?
Saturday the 16th of August. We'll be setting up on the Friday, open on the Saturday, 10 a.m. UK time till technically 10 p.m, but probably 11, and then we're going to migrate to the bar until 1 a.m. Yeah.
And then recovering on the Sunday.
And then recovering on the Sunday and packing up, that kind of thing.
August. That's like ways away from now.
Oh yeah, 6 months.
Yes.
But there were people who said when we did it, gave them 3 months notice last time. I've already booked my family holiday, Yerota, so we announced it really early.
Are you going to be doing some like giveaways, or you said raffle stuff like that, right?
We will be doing for people who are there. Yes.
I can maybe stamp you patches for the.
Oh yes. Well, that would be massively appreciated. I mean, everything that's in the raffle, the community have donated and either designed or made themselves, and these are treasure in the raffle. So anything anybody hand makes is the most precious thing in that raffle.
Yeah. So maybe like send me a DM with some contact info for like mail or something that I can send in. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're more than happy to. We'll be in touch after this.
Okay.
But
Are those the really cool leather patches you've been making that you posted a while back?
Yeah, those, yeah.
Nice. They look awesome.
I'm wondering if I should make like I don't know if you have seen the raw ones, that without any gilding.
Right.
Just a leather.
Yeah.
Or those thin ones with the gilding.
Not sure.
Not seen them yet, but we'll. Are you in? If you go and join if you go to the elitecommunitymeet.info website, then you'll also see in there. There's a link to the Discord channel where you'll know most of the people in there. It's the same kind of people that are in the Hutton one, and we're all in there.
Speaking of that of the site, does someone want to link that in the stream chat?
Yeah, that would be appreciated.
Elitecommunitymeet.info. I've not got spare hands at the moment.
I can link that.
I was going to say I don't have permission to do that. So.
We're getting towards sort of 8 o'clock. We've done everything we've promised we were going to do during the show. We've done some deliveries. We've spoken to the community. We've fired up a new construction. We've gone through all of this. Is there anything we didn't go? Did we cover space facts, or were we going to save that for when the apology officer's back?
Probably save that. I mean, so my one's much longer and much more literate. So we probably want to save that one.
Well, there's one thing we haven't done yet. It's the Flossy sing-along. So we're going to round out this evening's show with Flossy's sing-along and update on the community goals, where she tells you all off about CMM composites. And then after that, we'll say bye-bye and end the stream. And then we're going to go and raid somebody. So while Flossy's doing her bit, I'm going to start looking up who we're going to go and raid as well. But are you ready, Flossy?
Yes, I'm ready.
Have you got your script? Yeah. I haven't put any pictures in, but let's have a look.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Here we go. Okay. Here's your music.
Who is this superhero? Jex? Nope. Mia, the apology officer?
No way, man.
Helen, the mild-mannered CG publisher?
Could be.
Hutton Flossy, #1 super gal, oh yeah. Hutton Flossy, Alvin's CG pal. She's got style, a unique style, and a swing that just goes clang. When the forum gets rough, she's super tough with a Hutton Flossy pen.
Hello, Flossy here with this week's CG News. Well, this week there's no new CG, but it's the second week of the 2 CGs to build the Trailblazer megaships and the bounty hunting, which goes alongside it. Various commodities were acquired, and at the moment, this morning the trading one had just passed tier 3, which means there'll be 3 of the Trailblazer ships deployed. There was 45,603,318 units collected by 10,550 contributors, and the protection one was closing on tier 4. That may be reached now, I don't know. But there's tier 5's now been added, so hopefully that will now last another week. There were 194,6,246,792 credits earned by 8,833 contributors. So we continue to these till next Thursday morning. Now, one thing I would like to say is everybody's after these CMM composites, but they are one of the items which are going to be on the Trailblazer ships when they are deployed to make it easier for people to get them. So that's why the CG needs them. So the sooner we can get this one finished, the sooner we get these Trailblazer ships, and if we can get to tier 8, then there'll be 8 of the Trailblazer fleet. So I know that everybody's really concentrating on the colonisation now, but if anyone does have any spare time to do some of the CG, let's see if we can get it to tier 8 or at least tier 7. That's it for this week's CG News.
Flossy told you what to do.
Thank you very much, Flossy.
Somebody's been here and bought all my CMM composites.
Oh. Well, while you were doing that, Flossy, I happened to find... I saw in the background, just while I was flying around my ship there seems to be a giant Lakon bus parked out there. I thought, I recognise that bus. That bus did bad things to my SRV once, and sure enough, walking around out the front of my ship, we have Commander Retired Navy IT-1. Let's give him a wave. Here we go.
Hi,
hello.
I saw him.
There we go. Let's point at him. There, that one there. In the hat. There's a lot of the... what was it? Who's the guy with the wide-brimmed hat in the Clone Wars and whatever, the animation Star Wars stuff? Cad Bane, that's it. There's a bit of the Cad Bane about Retired Navy IT-1. But there we go. There's a bit of a wave for Retired Navy IT-1, and I'm pretty sure that this ship over here... let's have a look.
I did see him in the system, yeah.
Yeah, that looks like Jackman's ship again. That one over there. There we go. But look, I'm going to get back on board my ship. Lovely to see Retired Navy IT-1 and everybody who's come to join us. Thank you so much for all the help from everybody who's doing all of the trucking. Now, I didn't actually manage because I was looking at... Who the heck was that jumping in front of my ship? Who are we going to raid? So have we got any ideas?
Oh, I thought you went looking. I didn't go.
No,
looking.
I was.
Looking.
I forgot because I was waving at. Let's have a look, shall we? Is there anybody? Not one of the regulars, because somebody who wants lots of viewers. I think we've been also broadcasting long enough tonight. You should have picked up your drops, because I think we had some drops live, didn't we?
We did.
Has anybody got eyes on?
I got a keelback, a Type 6, and a Type 9 turbulence paint job.
I tell you what we forgot as well. Oh my goodness, I can't forget this one. The new Valkyrius, the new Gutamaya.
See, I actually had a reference to that in my in my longer space facts. So I'm totally
right. Well, I'll tell you what. If I put this up on screen here, just for you, you can ogle it on the screen. What is it, Valkyrius?
It's a medium multi-role ship. The thing that caught most people's ears, and especially mine, Class 7 thrusters on a medium.
Wow.
I mean, that's basically a thruster with a couple of wings stuck on the outside, isn't it?
Yeah. So Class 7 modules aren't. It's not unheard of in mediums. In fact, the Clipper, the Imperial Clipper, has a Class 7 Class 7 optional module. So you could put cargo. The Python and the Python 1, that is, and the Crate 2 and the Crate Phantom have Class 7 power and Class 7 distributor. But I think that's it. I don't recall any other.
No other details.
The federal gunship probably has the Class 7 distributor. But in any case, yes, Class 7 thrusters on the Imperial Corsair. It's as described. It was all we really know is it'll be very, very good at being a multi-role. So you should be able to do combat. You should be able to do exploration.
Yeah, they've not just revealed the real beaky ship, and it is quite beaky, isn't it? You know, it is. It's quite a nosy looking ship.
Is it just me, or does it look like a high-speed catamaran?
It does look like a trimaran, yes, one of those racing trimarans. Stick a mast on the top. Well, talking of sticking masts on the top, we've also got a video of one of the ship kits for it. Here we go. Now, this one looks a bit more Valkyrius.
What they've done there is make the beak more beaky, isn't it?
I think the beak's about
painted it white.
It's white. Well, is that the ship kit or is that the paint job? Well, in any case,
no, it's the ship kit because it's got the spoiler on the back.
And that looks really
And
nice.
winglets.
Yeah,
it does look really, really
nice.
nice.
It's got the thingies that the no. Well, I suppose it's slightly. It's got the extra wing things in the middle that makes it
The winglets,
a
yes.
bit like the Challenger. Yeah.
So not only do you get a spoiler on the back, you get blue neon for the full Saxo Dazza experience. And it's got a great big tailpipe that probably makes a farty noise. It's got blue neon and it's got a spoiler, which means it's a Citroen Saxo.
It would be fun if that Corvid beak actually does some damage, but
It's for the Dirty Hober. Here we go. Here, well, talking of that, there is the Barbed edition, which looks very piratey. So it's the Corsair, isn't it? And a Corsair, of course, is a pirate. It looks like a pirate ought to be flying it.
But you're going to have to be ranked with the Imperials to get this, I suspect.
I suppose. Well, I don't know. I don't think Zach or Arthur mentioned rank as such, because at the moment you've got a ship called the Imperial Eagle, which doesn't need Empire rank to get. So it's kind of an unknown at the moment.
This is the Imperial Toucan. The Imperial Puffin.
Imperial Pelican.
Puffin, yeah.
Yeah. Or if you were Drake Duran, would you run away scared? It's the Imperial Feral Penguin. Well, we have an update from Drake Duran, by the way. Drake Duran has headed back to civilization from the ice planet on which he was hidden. He's escaped from the penguins, and he is back in civilization, also known, I think, as Tasmania, he was heading back to briefly, and he's taken one of the penguins with him.
Oh, yeah, it was not a real life penguin. I feel we need to clarify this in some way.
It was a scale model of one of the penguins, the feral penguins with him, who is named Corky after the incident about corking that volcano that was erupting in the background. So Corky the feral penguin has come back with Commander Drake Duran and has immediately had a Hutton patch and decal attached to one of its flippers. So there we go. Other than that, the other stuff during the Frontier live stream was all about their plans for the rest of the year.
So yeah, they've got we've just had the February release, and there's going to be, what was it? It was summer. It's kind of like summer, autumn, and winter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Somewhat like that.
Oh no, there's April. That's right. There's April, summer, and autumn. April, summer.
Well, I'm
autumn,
just
winter,
trying to find it because I did line up
because we know that there's going to be a new feature called Vanguard, which is I think
on screen now.
You've got shit. You've got like squadrons, but you've got that's the one. Yeah. So we know we're getting the phase 2 is April, so we'll get the Gutamaya Corsair in April. Phase 3 should be around summer. We get another ship and vanguards. It's close to squadrons. They'll be very squadron-like. The difference, there'll be a couple. One is that the squadrons can set collective objectives and actually get rewards of their own. So you're kind of generating your own community goals. And also that you
would they be called, I don't know, interstellar initiatives, Flossy? No,
maybe, yeah. Sorry,
we think the Vanguard ought to contain interstellar initiatives. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, or community, was it CCGs?
CCCGs, yes.
Yeah, and also now I don't think they haven't confirmed exactly how this will work or if this will work. But they're toying with the idea of some sort of shared storage, which may involve modules, may involve materials.
And basically like a guild bank.
Yeah, a squadron storage or a vanguard storage, yeah.
Yes. So that's the Vanguard's one in the summer, and then another ship in the autumn.
Yep.
Which, hey, think about autumn, think about the end of summer, think about sneaky previews, think about ECM. Well, we might persuade them. You never know. And then in winter...
I can try.
In winter...
A second new feature for 3311 and a fourth new ship.
Woohoo! So a full year. So I'm sorry, I'm reading the forums. This game's been completely abandoned. They're not doing any more work on it. They've turned it into a cash cow, and it's all rubbish. If you're saying those kind of things, then be gone, go away. You're wrong. Okay. It's.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly completely dead. You just need to look at the concurrent players. I mean, there's more players logged in now than I've seen in quite a long time. It must be dead.
Absolutely. It's been so many players that the carrier jump times went to 2 hours at one point.
Oof. Still don't have a carrier.
It took 10 minutes for my bounty to catch up with me so I could pay it off. It's so busy in game at the moment.
Yeah, basically deserted game.
Yeah.
Before I go, I've just delivered another 528 steel.
Awesome.
And I can tell you now that I've got a wanted bounty for the 303, but it can still deliver the goods.
They'll still take your money.
Yeah.
I mean, your goods.
I make money. Okay, then, guys, I should be going, so for the mug.
For the mug.
For the mug.
Right, I'm just glancing. Well, should we drop in on the announcer? He's base building at the moment. Yeah, let's drop in on the announcer. The announcer live. No, it's mainly. I'm doing that because mainly I bumped into him at an event up in Manchester at the end of last year. Nice chap. So I'm going to go and raid him. So anybody have any other business before I hit the magic button for the credits?
No.
Right.
Station's gone down to 15 here.
Yeah, go and do the CG because Flossy told you to. Right. Okay, well, thank you very much, everybody. I'm not here next week. Litho, are you going to be available to do the mashy buttons thing?
Probably. I think so.
Or between you, Amelia, and the Grey.
Yeah, we'll find someone.
Fantastic. Hang around for the credits, everybody. And at the end of the credits, we're going to go and raid somebody. Usual rules apply. Be lovely. Give them a for the mug. And, yeah, we will see you next week.
Cargo too small. The profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We'll take anything, anytime, anywhere. Loading up the T-9s to the brim with grain. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. Flossy always seems to crash into the sun. Swivel likes the pilot on the Xbox One. Alvin at the front, you know he leads us well. Trucking across the galaxy, now everybody yell. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. Give me a large pad that I can land on, and I'll give you my cargo and sing you my song. North Part 22 light years to go. Cruising to Hutton, whoa, whoa, whoa. No journey too long and no cargo too small. The profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We'll take anything, anytime, anywhere. So shout it out loud like you don't even care. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. For the mug,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show. Everyone's buggered off now, so why don't you bugger off too?